part of it. And
sprint cars look like they have a airplane wing on the top of them. 950 plus horsepower, 1,400 pound race car. Violent machines that are incredibly difficult to drive on a dirt track. Track conditions changing all the time, cars flipping, close finishes, just high intensity.
What my best version to explain it is the cars are loud, the cars are fast, they're dangerous. One person is in control when you're out on the racetrack. There's 24 of them, and the drivers race as hard as they can for 30 laps straight.
I'm Tony Laporta, and fans, welcome to High Limit Sprint Car Racing.
High Limit's, it's where it's at. It's a top series. I feel like the drivers, the guys that are on the road are obviously some of the best, and you're racing just as hard for 15th on back as you are for the win, and I mean maybe even harder back there. So
I'm Justin Peck, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
I think it's going to be tough. I think you're going to see times when they might do super well. There might be a podium or might get a win. Then a few weeks later they might not make the show. So that's it's a challenging part of High Limit, and I think we're all looking forward to the challenge.
But to go out and be a part of the National Series, be a part of the High Limit Series, race all over the country, I love that aspect of it, and I'm just very honored to have the support of everybody back home.
And we're green.
It's cool to still race with these people, and it's going to be cool if one of us, of course, are going to come away the Rookie of the Year. So it's cool to be the first if that's going to be me.
Super blessed to have the opportunity and looking to put up a fight.
I'm Aaron Reitzel, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
High Limit Sprint Car Racing is high stakes, high rewards. Sprint cars are action-packed automobiles. Things happen fast, things happen out of control. You can be close to the action, it's dirty, it's loud, it rattles your brain, and you're not really sure what you're witnessing, but you like it.
I'm Tyler Courtney, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
My name is Chase Randall, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing.
Just a football's throw away from the I-5 freeway. We are here at a brand new racetrack to the 2025 schedule with Kubota High Limit Racing. It is Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. 1/3 mile dirt oval for race number 3 of 2025. With Kubota High Limit Racing, get a good look at it from the overhead view of the dirt track. You'll see off to the right there the pavement track as well. A fantastic facility, a fantastic complex that they have put together here in this little spot in Bakersfield, California. My name is Chase Rodman. We are welcoming you here watching on FloRacing as well as everywhere. YouTube, Facebook as well. This is one of the free events on FloRacing for everybody to watch, even if you do not have a subscription. So welcome if you're watching for the very first time to the brand new Bakersfield Speedway announcers booth here. This is the first time it's been used. It was put in, I want to say, on Thursday of last week, so it is brand new. Some other stuff going on at the racetrack. It's 20 feet wider than has ever been before. This is the first race on the new configuration, and did want to say welcome to my ex-hometown of Bakersfield, California here, and we are ready to go for race number 2. 37 410 sprint cars are in the pit area here tonight, which shatters the record that they have had here before of 24 back in 2017, so 13 more than they have ever seen here before at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway and Bakersfield Speedway as well. So an absolutely incredible field of cars. Got a good crowd make its way into the pit area, or make that into the grandstands as well. 87, make that 67 degrees here today. 7-mile-per-hour winds, clear skies right here in Bakersfield, California. Really could not ask for much better than weather than what we've got here today, along with a slight breeze coming through, so it is very, very nice here in the area. Here is tonight's race schedule. We'll kick things off, as we always do, with hot laps that'll be presented by Dirt Draft, basically a practice session for the drivers in the field tonight, so they'll get a couple laps on track before they get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. That is where we will see 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time, and they will go for 2 laps. The best of those qualifying laps will line them up for one of our 4 heat races later on. 8 laps in distance for the heat race. Then we'll find out who goes to the dash, and then in that dash roulette, we will find out who is going to start where in that 7-lap dash, a 12-lap B-main, and we'll finish things off tonight with a 30-lap feature event for what will be the 9th, I believe, 410 sprint car race to ever be held here at the Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Here are some of the track facts. It opened here back in 2015, so still in its infancy as a racetrack here as far as the dirt track goes, 1/3 mile. The track record actually held right now by Ryan Brunell. The time of 11.935 seconds set here on October 29th of 2022. This is the first ever National Touring Sprint Car race at this track, so don't be surprised if we break that track record here tonight at the Bakersfield Speedway. We mentioned 37 cars back there in the pit area. 18 of them have never even seen the track before, and so a ton of them are going to be getting their first ever look when they get out there for hot laps later on. 3 of our high rollers only have experience here. They make that Tanner Thorson, Spencer Baston, and Rico Aber, the only ones that do have some experience here that are on the tour full-time in 2025. Well, Tony Laporta, I know you're running around down there in the infield. Speaking of running, you got to run around today in some other shoes. You know, that's the old saying, walk a mile in somebody's shoes. You did that for the last couple of days.
I literally did walk a mile in somebody else's shoes because I was at Crunch at 7 o'clock this morning. Chase, you were not there, but your shoes were. I got a mile and a little bit of spare change in on the treadmill this morning. We're here in what you call, Chase, your ex-hometown. Well, it's the first trip for so many of us here. Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. I think we're going to start calling this place the Bakersfield Beauty. That's probably what they called you when you lived here, Chase. No, I'm kidding. Nobody's probably called you that. Everybody's getting their first look at this racetrack, especially since the reconfiguration since the end of last season. So that means it's a wild card for pretty much all the drivers, all the teams, and all the crew chiefs in the pit area who are responsible for setting up these race cars. We checked in with one of the most successful crew chiefs this sport's ever seen to find out how he is going to tackle this new challenge.
We're good. Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, since getting revamped over the offseason, new to pretty much everybody here, which is rare for this guy, Ricky Warner. Ricky, it's not very often anymore these days that you go to a track you don't have 10, 15 years worth of notes on. So a place like this throws you a curveball because it throws everyone a curveball. I heard you guys were trying to come up with just what gear to put on it for hot laps. How do you attack a track you don't have notes on?
I'd kind of study what they ran here in races past. You know, they had some races here, so you kind of get with somebody that you think you can trust and kind of see where the gear was. And car-wise, you just kind of look and see what it resembles any other racetracks you raced at and kind of have a starting point for hot laps. And then after that, it's usually driver feedback of where you go off of to which way you go with your car.
Well, and you hit on it exactly. So you'll get the car set up for hot laps, and then Rico will come in after, all of 3, maybe 4 laps, and then you guys go to debrief just at a place like this where you don't have all that past experience. How intense is that debrief session right before qualifying, before you and Rico, because you've got to get it right?
Some places you hit it, and then you don't change much when you come in, and other places, you kind of run out of time because you're trying to change. There's a number of things you want to change. It's just how long you have to change them. So hopefully if you get it right on pretty close to the first one, it makes it, the night goes pretty much easy.
Well, at Kubota High Limit Racing last year in 2024, the theme remains the same here in 2025. This series does not just go to the same track year after year. We go to new venues, new places, and sometimes it even stumps the GOATs like Ricky Warner. It'll be exciting to see how they tackle hot laps coming up here in just a little bit.
Super cool to check in with crew chief on Rico Abreu Racing's number 24, Ricky Warner, and there's really nobody that I can think of off the top of my head that has done more and just at such a high level in this sport than Ricky Warner. That's why Rico Abreu brought him on. So to have a guy like Ricky Warner who has so much experience and so much knowledge in the sport admit that this is a challenge for even the likes of him, that makes tonight pretty exciting to look forward to. And that's what we're going to be doing. Looking forward to getting out on track here very shortly. Hot laps set to begin here in just a few moments when we come back live. But before we do check in with a few of our partners, want to just say On behalf of everybody here at High Limit Racing and all the folks at Flo, our hearts go out to the family of Chuck Leary. CJ's dad just read on the USAC social media posts a little while ago. We lost Chuck Leary yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and that's a big loss. So all of us here at High Limit send our thoughts, prayers, and best wishes to the Leary family in this tough time. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more live coverage of night number 3 of Kubota High Limit Racing here on Flo.
Inching closer and closer to hot laps here at the Bakersfield Speedway at Kern, at the Kern County Raceway Park here in Bakersfield, California. See the water trucks making a couple of last-minute adjustments here to the racing surface. It is coming in very, very nicely. Before we get to cars on the racetrack, let's take a look at the overall point standings right now with Kubota High Limit Racing. It is Kyle Larson showing the way. He is not here tonight, along with Corey Day. They are the top two, so definitely going to be a big shakeup in the point standings after tonight. Brad Sweet is the de facto point leader with High Limit Racing right now. He has 140 points, a 28-point advantage over Rico Abreu. Tyler Courtney in 5th. Tanner Holmes, Austin McCarl, Dominic Selzy, 6, 7, 8 there. Then our next high roller is Chase Randall in 9th, and Brent Marks currently rounds out the top 10 in the point standings with Kubota High Limit Racing after just 2 races in the books. did want to talk about this as well. If you would like to partake in any of the new things we have going on this year with High Limit, including being able to wager on the races, well, we've got some things for you to look at here, which includes the Daily Fantasy Sports, or DFS. Basically, what you're looking at here on the left side of your screen is a driver's name with a number underneath of it. And if you go to nxtbets.com/playhlr, you can see which states you can bet on this with. And while you're doing that, you can try and put 3 of these guys together, a parlay of 3. And down there at the bottom, you see Rodman's Risk, and this is what I'm going with here tonight. That is Tyler Courtney better than 8.5, meaning he must finish better than 8th for that to win. Ryan Timms worse than 5.5. Now, Timms has been here in the past, but did struggle a little bit the other night at Tulari's Thunderbolt, so I'm expecting maybe for that to continue on. So a worse, so that means that Ryan Timms must finish worse than 6th. And then Dominic Scelzi, who has won here on 2 different occasions, a better than 7.5, meaning he must run 7th or better for that parlay to hit right there. So like I said, if you want to learn more, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr. While you are there, you can claim one of those bonuses and be able to also check and see which of these sports books is available in your region. Always play responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Looks like we're still waiting on a couple of cars to make their way over to the staging lane for our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. I'm sure many of you watching on Flow right now have already seen the first 2 episodes of the new Dirt 2 season, featuring all of our 16 high rollers from 2024. Well, episode 3 comes out next week, and we've got a really nice promo video for you to watch right here to get yourself ready and excited for it.
You definitely have to have a little different mindset and approach going into Port Royal, one of the bigger, wider, slicker half miles we race at all year.
You have the whole infield packed out, the grandstands are sold out, the Ferris wheels going on in turn 2, $57,000 to win.
When the National Series shows up, it's always P Posse versus High Limit.
They've been a group that have beaten outsiders that come into their state for decades.
Pennsylvania's gonna hate me, but I hate that place.
Oh, upside down, big time. And that car is mangled. Big time barrel rolling down the back straightaway.
Us local guys are committed to not letting outsiders come in here and win.
I'm gonna keep winning championships and talk a little along the way. And
oh, Brad sweeps around in turn 1.
Look at the PA Posse.
So next week, the 3rd episode of Dirt 2 will be coming out, featuring the race we saw last year from the Tuscarora 50 weekend. And we've already followed along with a couple of different drivers, Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu, Corey Day, and we'll follow along with a few more over the next couple of episodes as well. Nice job by everybody there at FloRacing and Flow Films for putting that together. It has been absolutely fantastic to watch so far throughout the first 2 episodes that they have released. As we mentioned, cars still trying to make their way over there. We've got a couple over there in the staging lane, but we still are waiting on a couple of more for our 5 practice sessions here tonight. While we wait, let's take another break here on Flow and come back with more action. Still waiting on cars to make their way over to the staging lane for our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Looks like running the track in just a little bit more. They did put quite a bit of water on the speedway in anticipation of a large car count here this evening for race number 3 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. While we are waiting, we would like to thank some of the sponsors that help this series go from coast to coast, state to state, and race to race.
K1 Race Gear is proud to be the official safety gear provider of High Limit Racing. More top-level drivers across all forms of motorsport trust K1 Race Gear with their safety product needs. Whether it is premium custom suits, gloves, or shoes, K1 Race Gear has you covered. Find out more at k1racegear.com and follow us along at K1 Race Gear on all social media platforms. K1 Race Gear, the racer's brand of safety gear and apparel. Cometic Gasket is a proud sponsor of High Limit Racing. Cometic is the go-to high-performance gasket for racers around the globe. Cometic is dedicated to customer satisfaction and provides uncompromised sealing solutions designed for each customer's specific application. Cometic gaskets are the industry standard for championship-winning teams across multiple disciplines of both professional and amateur motorsports. Cometic gaskets are proudly made in the USA. For more information, log on to Cometic.com. Cometic Gasket, sealing championships since 1989.
Want to thank some of those partners right there that help High Limit Racing get up and down the road. We do appreciate their support. Tony Laporta, we appreciate your support as well. It's been a tough 2 days here in Bakersfield. We've been putting up the banners in the infield, banners on the backstretch, and it looks like you're standing in front of those right now just trying to show them off a little bit.
Tough 2 days in Bakersfield, Chase. I mean, I think it's been a fun 2 days here in Bakersfield. Yeah, how good do these A-frames, all the signage around the track here in Bakersfield look? Picking up Jake Ingram and Mitch Erickson has been top notch for us here at Kubota High Limit Racing in 2025. You got Cody, you got Trent, and sometimes you and I, we crawl off the sofa and come help out. Hey, as we were all getting our first look at this place when we first got here this afternoon, I was at Turn 1, had a great conversation with Tim Kading. Obviously a big name when you come out to California. That guy knows pretty much everything about the sprint car racing scene because he's been in it for so long out here. Tim gave me a great breakdown of what he thinks this new Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway will be like after the renovations in the off-season. He gave me so much good information. I said, hold on. Let me go get my camera guy. So here's my discussion with TK about what we can expect on track here tonight.
Tim Kading, one of the stars, anytime a 410 Wing Sprint Car Series comes to California, Kubota High Limit Racing knows they'll have to deal with this guy pretty much anywhere we go, especially here at the newly revamped Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Most recent winner here with NARC. You and I were just talking up by Turn 1 a little while ago. You've got some opinions on what they did to this place, lengthened it a little bit, but the hot spot you were talking to me about is that drop-off coming off of Turn 2.
You know, so it's... I wouldn't call it a drop-off. It's the way the track shelves off is what we call it. Basically, it just flattens off a lot coming off of Turn 2. When we were here last year, you know, a lot of guys would follow the contour of the corner around, and you'd lose a lot of speed and momentum coming off of Turn 2. And if you didn't have that speed, you lost a lot of speed getting into 3 and 4. So, you know, with them changing the track, you're going to come downhill a little bit coming off of Turn 2. If you can turn the corner sharp enough and roll down the backstretch, you'll have probably a lot more speed than you would if you followed around. You know, we'll see. They lengthened the track probably 35, 40 feet, made it a little bit longer down into 1 and 2. So, you know, hopefully it'll give you a little bit more different perspective of what racing is in California at times. And we deal with a lot of different perspectives. I mean, we're, 35 feet from a major highway. So, you know, if you climb a wheel getting into Turn 1, you better pray that the catch fence holds you at this point.
You talked about how 1 and 2 are still the same as they were, mostly the same as they were before the revamp, but 3 and 4 wasn't touched at all. Yeah. 1 and 2 might very quickly become noticeably bottom dominant, top dominant, but 3 and 4, we talked about, it could kind of be a tale maybe tonight of two very different ends of the racetrack, where 3 and 4, top might be good for some cars, bottom might be good for others, but 1 and 2, there's a chance that it'll become pretty obvious where you need to be quickly.
Yeah, it will. I mean, and you'll watch guys. They'll run in on the top and, you know, get to the middle of 1 and 2, and they'll turn down across it, following the moisture. It's what you have to do on a dirt track. You got to follow the moisture, keep your tires in it so you have that drive. You know, if you miss it a little bit, like, you know, you saw guys at Vegas in the wind. They get down to the backstretch and the cars would turn and do weird stuff. You're not going to have too much of that effect here with it. You're just going to have the shelf where the track flattens off, And you'll see it when they come off of turn 2. You'll see the car go down, and it'll go kind of downhill for a minute, and then it'll start coming back uphill because you run uphill one way and downhill the other way here. So you're going to carry a lot more speed getting into turn 1, and it just, if you're able to control it and rotate it through the center out, it'll dictate how your speed varies getting into turn 3 and how it goes.
Good to talk with Tim Kading about what we can expect when we get cars up to speed here at the newly revamped Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And Chase, something tells me we're about to get cars up to speed very soon.
Looks like right now, Tony, our first group of cars is getting fired off at this point in time for Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1. We'll introduce you to the drivers as they roll onto the speedway. First car you see in turn number 2 right now, he comes to us out of Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maximum Racing Oils, number 88. That is Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in car number 88. And also on the racetrack from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hampel Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating number 10. That is Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in car number 10. And from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Brumo's Collection, Matman Designs, HindrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers number 9 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. And coming to us out of Billings, Montana, the C&L Service, JJM Performance, Velt Clothing, Big Sky Speedway. Number 28, that is Joe Perry. Joe Perry on the front stretch now. Making his way off at turn number 4 now from Clovis, California, the Gary Silva Ranches, Smith Titanium, JI Apparel, MPD Racing. Number 10X, that's Dominic Gordon. Dominic Gordon in the 10X. And also on the racetrack from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking, number 21P, it's Robbie Price. Robbie Price in the 21P. And one of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders rolls into turn 1 now out of Waco, Texas. The All Buy Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. It's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in car number 9R. And the final driver in this session comes to us out of Altoona, Iowa. The Country Builders Construction, Ochako West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking. Number 88W, that is the big unit, Austin McCarl. Austin McCarl in the 88W. Getting up to speed now with our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. First of 5. As cars get powered up now for the first visit with Kubota Highlander Racing here to Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Well, so far, the fastest is Chase Randall at 12.780. Now Tanner Thorson. Now Austin McCall goes to the top. 12.745. Casey Kane overtakes him to the top spot. 12.557. Kane goes better on the second time by, or make that the third time by, a 12.406. Casey Kane currently the fastest here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. As we go yellow, not checkered as you will see there. Going to allow the drivers to roll around the speedway at slow speeds, help pack in the racing surface. And usually when we do this, we do see an increase in the lap times. Right now, the fastest, 12.406, less than a half of a second off the track record right now. Second quick at this point in time is Austin McCarl at 12.571. Ryan Timms in third at 12.632. Tanner Thorson fourth at 12.662. And Chase Randall in fifth at a 12.780. So Casey Kane tonight, one of 18 drivers making his Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway debut. Got the heat race win on Wednesday night at the Thunder Bowl in Tulare, California. As we continue on with Hot Lap session number 1. New driver going to the top, and as I say that, Casey Kane takes it right back away from Austin McCarl. 12.280 now the fastest lap time as the checkered flag falls. Well, race fans, we are less than a tenth of a second off the track record right now. Austin McCarl now the fastest in the 88W. The lap time is a 12.043, 12043. Casey Kane second, Robbie Price third, Tanner Thorson fourth, and fifth is Chase Randall. Following them, Dominic Gordon, Ryan Timms, and Joe Perry. The 8 cars you saw out there on the racetrack for session number 1. Next up, it's going to be Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 2. And the drivers are rolling onto the speedway now. The first one you see on the back straightaway comes to us out of St. Helena, California. He drives the Rico Abreu, Kerr-Bagajanian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stadelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArcZone.com. Number 24, that is Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in car number 24. And also out there on the racetrack next to Rico, a 2-time winner here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Coming to us out of Fresno, California, the Red Rose Transportation, Selzy Enterprises, Redline Oil, Whipple Industries. Number 41 of Dominic Selzy. Dominic Selzy in car number 19, or make that 41. Out there in car number 19, right behind those first 2 cars out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Grew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, that is Brent Marks. Brent Marks in car number 19. Another one of our Rookie of the Year contenders out of Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products Group, number 24D, that is Danny Sams III. Danny Sams III in car number 24D. Getting pushed off now out of Enumclaw, Washington, the PGH Excavating, Silers Concrete, Missile Motorsports, Big Mountain Enterprises. Number 19T, that is Colby Thornhill. Colby Thornhill in car number 19. And making his High Limit Racing debut tonight from Tempe, Arizona, the Lori Kiao, Coors Light Gang, C&R Machine, Apache Transport, number 2 of Alex Pettis. Alex Pettis in car number 2. And from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, STC, American Table, B&L Holdings, Power Plus. Number 87, that is Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in car number 87. And the final car in this session, in turn number 1 now from Fremont, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Batwood Racing, Southern Pacific Farms, MV Drywall, number 17W, it is Sugar, Shane Golobic. Shane Golobic in the 17W. Cars getting up to speed in this second Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at Bakersfield Speedway. Green flag is waving. No driver into the top 5 as of right now. Rico Abreu is the fastest in 8th quick. Now Shane Golobic jumps up to 3rd. Rico goes to 2nd. 12.227. Brent Marks down to 2nd. 12.138. Checkered flag coming out. So Brent Marks the fastest in that session and 2nd quick overall at 12.138 seconds. He is still trailing Austin McCarl at a 12.043. Marks 2nd. Aaron Reitzel now 3rd at a 12.211. Rico Abreu 4th at 12.227. And then Casey Kane in 5th at a 12.280. Shane Golobic, Dominic Selzy, Colby Thornhill, Robbie Price, and Danny Sams. The fast 10 so far after 2 practice sessions. Dirt Draft has a new feature for 2025, and it's Dirt Draft Leagues. It allows users to create private multi-event competitions and leaderboards, going head-to-head with friends, family, rivals, or whomever they choose to invite. Users can customize the length of the league, weekly, monthly, season-long, or anything in between. If you would like to partake, make sure to download the Dirt Draft app on your phone, and you can create a league and follow along with High Limit Racing in a different capacity all season long. Tony, you like Dirt Draft.
You know, Chase, I love Dirt Draft, and you said if you'd like to partake, well, I love to partake. I'll partake in almost darn near anything. But I'll tell you this, I think with Dirt Draft hot laps underway right now, as we get going here tonight, at this track that we've talked over and over and over about already, it's new to the drivers, it's new to the teams. Crew chiefs don't have notebooks on this place. I think that makes this a really big wild card for folks playing Dirt Draft back at home. You could probably stand to do pretty well if you log in, get into tonight's race, pick your 5 drivers, because it's kind of like shaking up that bag of marbles and throwing them out, and you have no idea what you're going to get. I think you'd see some pretty scattered results from Dirt Draft tonight. If you don't normally play, you should try. You might just guess a few random drivers and come out on the winning side here tonight.
Get some speed shot points you could use to buy all kinds of stuff. Check it out, Dirt Draft in the App Store. Let's look at the drivers in this next group. Out of Reeder, North Dakota, the Wagner Aeronautical, Larson Construction, the Shack Outfitters, number 78. Rolling down the front stretch now, that is Bill Wagner. Bill Wagner in car number 78. And right in front of him, out of Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Union Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services, number 26. That is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. Also on the racetrack from Oakley, California, the Gary Silva Ranches, Vallejo Coin Exchange, Bowman and Sons Trucking, Air One Heating and Air, number 83 via Dylan Bloomfield. From Yuba City, California, Lipper Construction, Danny Wirt Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Vinyl Tech, Specified Pipe, number 21L of Landon Brooks. And from Fresno, California, the Pacific Boring, Circle J5 Farms, M&L Plumbing, Medtech Titanium, number 14E, Mariah Eid. And the defending NARC champion, also on the racetrack from Aromas, California, MidstreetConstruction.com, North County Plastering, Yuba Sutter Aviation, High Performance Lubricants, number 2X of Justin Sanders. And making his High Limit Racing debut tonight from Encino, California, the Ellen Reagan Shurkan LLC, Woodland Auto Display, MP Environmental, number 73X of Kyle Buellman. So still nobody able to overtake the lap time of Austin McCarl. The fastest in that session looks to be about 10th quick overall was Justin Sanders at a 12.400, 12400 for Sanders. Austin McCarl still the fastest at 12.043. Then Brett Marks, Aaron Reitzel, Rico Abreu, Casey Kane. The top 5, Shane Golovic, Dominic Scelzi, Colby Thornhill, Robbie Price, and the aforementioned Justin Sanders. We've still got 2 more groups left to come onto the racetrack to practice, and then we will get right into 2-car qualifying in Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches time trials. Next set of cars rolling trackside now out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Green Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, number 5. That is Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in car number 5. And also rolling onto the Speedway in turn number 3 now. From Jacksonville, Oregon, the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated, High Performance Lubricants, number 21. It is Tanner Holmes. Tanner Holmes in car number 21. And from Hanford, California, driving the Netto Ag, Penny Newman Grain, Mechanics Choice, Vanderpool Petroleum, number 88N, it is DJ Netto. DJ Netto in the 88N. Another one of our Rookie of the Year contenders rolls down the front stretch now from Apollo, Pennsylvania. The Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasking Coating, Mountain Mechanical Mad Motorsports, number 42. The driver is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And also competing with him for that Rookie of the Year in 2025 from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13 of Dason Persley. Dason Persley in car number 13. And the defending Kubota High Limit Racing champions on the racetrack as well. From Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Durst Incorporated, Factory Cane, Self-Storage at Tahali. Number 49, it's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in car number 49. And the most recent winner here with NARC King of the West from San Jose, California, the Maxwell Racing Engines, Madco Disposal, Advanced Auto Center, Swimming Pool Perfections, number 0 of TK Tim Kading. Tim Kading in the 0. Green flag back in the air for our 4th of 5 practice sessions here tonight at Bakersfield Speedway. Fastest so far appears to be Tim Kading. Now it's DJ Neto. Now it's Cy Lynch. Lynch goes into the 11th position. Lap time of 12:4:01. Dason Persley. Brad Sweet goes to second. 12:049. 12049 for Brad Sweet as the checkered flag comes out. So the checkered flag in session number 4. Brad Sweet jumps up to second quickest overall, a 12.049. So second for car number 49. Austin McCarl still the fastest at a 12.043. Brett Marks in third. Dason Persley in that group goes to fourth quick. His lap time was a 12.203. Then Aaron Reitzel fifth. Rico Abreu, Casey Kane, Tanner Holmes in that group was eighth. Shane Golombek ninth, and DJ Neto in that group as well. Ends up inside the top 10 with one more session left to run. So dangerously close to that track record here at the Bakersfield Speedway. That lap time in 11.935 set by Ryan Brunell back in 2022. We're less than a tenth off of it right now here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, but it is not official until we get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next group of cars, now on the speedway. First one you see on the back straightaway there. Coming to us out of Glendale, Arizona. Driving the Gary Silva Ranches, safety clean, Moose's LZ Bar and Grill. Triple X chassis, number 7 of Ashton Torgerson. Ashton Torgerson in car number 7. And also on the racetrack now, from Lemoore, California, the Monarch Ford, Dawson Maldine Construction, Legacy, California, Crown Limousine, number 2K of Gage Garcia. Gage Garcia in the 2K. And coming across the flag stand now from Fresno, California, the Tarleton & Sons, SynCal Services, Ardent General, Power Source Electric, number 121. The driver is Caden Steele. Caden Steele in the 121. And the current track record holder here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway from Hollister, California. The NOS Energy Drink, Inland Rigging, MP Environmental, Woodland Auto Display, number 73 of Ryan Burnell. Ryan Burnell in car number 73. And from Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, SynCal Demolition, number 14. That is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 14. And right behind him on the backstretch from Templeton, California, the David Cry Engineering, State Paso, Luxton Real Estate, Woodland Auto Display, number 3 of Caleb Montgomery. Caleb Montgomery in car number 3. And final driver in this final session out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant Gainbridge, number 7 BC of Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. Those are the drivers in our final Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. A quick green-white checkered session here for our 5th and final Hot Lap session. Caleb Montgomery up to the 7th position. Montgomery's time, a 12.247. He has been fast here on this West Coast swing so far. Checkered flag coming out now.
So that will do it for Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight. Your fastest driver overall in practice is Austin McCarl. The lap time is 12.043 seconds. Brad Sweet second, Brent Marks third, Dason Persley fourth, and Aaron Reitzel ends up in fifth. Rico Abreu in sixth. Caleb Montgomery in that final group goes seventh quick overall. Casey Kane, Tanner Holmes, and Shane Golobic round out the top 10. Next on the race program, it is Capital Custom Trailers and Qualifying. They are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Toterhomes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. So 2 cars will come onto the racetrack at the same time. They will go for 2 laps on the clock. The better of those 2 laps will line them up for a heat race later on. As we mentioned a few times already, that track record is definitely in jeopardy here tonight. 11.935. We were in the 12.0s right after or at the end of hot laps, and the guy that was fastest overall is on the track now. He is out of Altoona, Iowa, driving the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking 88W, Austin McCarl, and also on the racetrack from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hample Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining, and Excavating number 10 of Ryan Timms. Lap 1 for McCarl is even better than hot laps, 12.021. Timms a 12.857. Lap 2 for Austin McCarl is going to slow down to a 12.140. First one better in 12.021. Ryan Timms, lap number 2, he will improve to a 12.723. 1.2723. So McCarl turning in the fastest lap we've seen so far tonight at a 12.021 to open things up here in Capital Custom Trailers qualifying. Next 2 qualifiers at Waco, Texas, the All-Bar Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R. Here is Chase Randall. And also on the racetrack from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. Chase Randall on lap number 1. He will go second quick, 12.189, 1.2189. Lap 1 for Thorson. He is third quick, 12.508, 1.2508. Chase Randall, lap number 2. He will slow down, 12.341, 1.2341. Thorson, lap number 2. He will improve but stays third quick overall at a 12.409, 1.2409. Chase Randall second, Tanner Thorson third of 4 cars here in Flight A. With 37 cars in the pits, we split the qualifying down the middle. Flight A will be the drivers in heat races 1 and 2. Flight B will be heat races 3 and 4. Continuing on with Flight A. Next driver on the racetrack out of Billings, Montana. In the C&L Service, JJM Performance, Belt Clothing, Big Sky Speedway 28 of Joe Perry. And from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking, number 21P, it's Robbie Price. Lap 1 for Joe Perry, 12.725. And lap 1 for Robbie Price, third quick, 12.292, 1.2292. Joe Perry on lap number 2. He will slow down to a 12.773. First one better, 12.725. Robbie Price on lap number 2. He also slows down. He'll take the first one at a 12.292. Robbie Price in third and Joe Perry in P6 after 6 cars here in Flight A of qualifying. Qualifying next from Clovis, California, the Gary Silver Ranches, Smith Titanium, J.I. Apparel, MPD Racing number 10X. Here is Dominic Gordon. And also on the racetrack from Eden Claw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Bruno's Collection, Mattman Designs, HinderCars.com, Caravan Trailers number 9 of Casey Kane. Lap 1 for Dominic Gordon. He is fourth quick, 12.381, 1.2381. Casey Kane on lap number 1. He is second quick, 12.091, 1.2091. Lap number 2 for Dominic Gordon. He will slow down to a 12.415. First one better, 12.381. And Casey Kane, second time by, he will slow down as well. He'll take the first lap at 12.091. Second overall. Meanwhile, Dominic Gordon fifth after 8 cars in the first flight of Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches qualifying.
From Fresno, California, here is the Red Rose Transportation, Selzy Enterprises, Redline Oil, Whipple Industries, number 41 of Dominic Selzy. And from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbag Julian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stadelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArcZone.com, number 24 of Rico Abreu. Lap 1 for Dominic Selzy. He will be 7th quick, 12.593, 1:2.593. Abreu's first lap. He is going to be 7th quick now, 12.459, 1:2.459. Lap 2 for Selzy. He will improve but stays 8th quick, 12.588. And Rico on lap number 2, 4th quick, 12.267, 1:2.267. Rico Abreu 4th and Dominic Selzy 8th of 10 cars in Flight A. Next up to qualify from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Bass Paint, Livewire Custom, number 19. Here is Brent Marks. And also on the racetrack from Clute, Texas, the Falcons Brothers Trucking, STC American Table, B&L Holdings Power Plus, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. 2 high rollers on the track. Lap number 1 for Marks is 11th quick, 12.727, 1:2.727. Lap 1 for Aaron Reitzel. He is 8th quick at 12.469, 1:2.469. Lap number 2 for Brent Marks. He will improve to 4th quick, 12.237, 1:2.237. Reitzel on lap 2. He is going to stay back in 9th. Lap 2 was slower. First one better, 12.469. Aaron Reitzel 9th and Brent Marks 4th of 12 cars as we just passed the halfway point of Flight A of qualifying. Rolling trackside now from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products Group, number 24D. Here is Danny Sams III. And also qualifying from Fremont, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Matwood Racing, Southern Pacific Farms, MB Drywall, number 17W. It is Sugar, Shane Golovic. Lap 1 for Danny Sams is going to be 10th quick at 12.483, 1:2.483. Golovic, 2-time winner here at this racetrack. Lap 1 for him is 9th quick at 12.418, 1:2.418. Danny Sams, lap number 2, he will slow down. First one better, 12.483. And Shane Golovic, second lap. He will improve but stays 9th overall at 12.413. So Golovic 9th and Danny Sams 11th. Of 14 cars, looks like we still have 5 more left to qualify here in Flight A. Your next qualifier is out of Enumclaw, Washington, the PGH Excavating, Silas Concrete, Missile Motorsports, Big Mountain Enterprises, number 19 Tia Colby Thornhill. And in his High Limit Racing debut out of Tempe, Arizona, the Lori Cleow, Coors Light Gang, CNR Machine, Apache Transport, number 2 of Alex Pettis. Lap 1 for Thornhill is 13th, 12.701. Lap 1 for Pettis is sideways down the straightaway. He's going to be a 13.841, 1:3.841. Thornhill on lap number 2. He will go faster but stay 13th overall at 12.640. And Alex Pettis on lap 2. He will improve to a 12.640, make that a 13.640. Alex Pettis 16th. Meanwhile, Colby Thornhill 13th. With 3 more cars left to take a time in qualifying. The other driver making his High Limit Racing debut here tonight out of Encino, California, the Inland Rigging, Shurcan LLC, Woodland Auto Display, MP Environmental, number 73X. Here is Kyle Bielman. And from Fresno, California, the Pacific Boring, Circle J5 Farms, M&L Plumbing, Medtech Titanium, number 14E, Mariah Eid. Bielman on lap 1 is 16th overall at a 12.946. Mariah Eid now 16th overall at 12.910. So both these drivers very, very close on the speed charts. Lap 2 for Bielman. He will slow down. Lap number 2 for Mariah. She's up to 12th quick now at a 12.580, 1:2.580. Mariah Eid 12th and Kyle Bielman 17th of 18 cars in Flight A. One driver by himself to finish off Flight A of qualifying. From Yuba City, California, the Lippert Construction, Danny Wart Sales, Claw Valve Company, Vinyl Tech, Specified Pipe, number 21L. Here is Landon Brooks. Landon Brooks in the 21L. Brooks tonight in his Bakersfield Speedway debut, lap 1. He will be 17th quick, 12.887, 12887. Brooks 7th in the B main on Wednesday night in Tulare. Chili Bowl pre the night win in January, lap number 2. He will improve on lap time, but not on the charts. 12.773, remains 17th overall for Landon Brooks. Austin McCarl will be the fastest here tonight in Flight A of qualifying at a 12.021. Casey Kane in second, 12.091. Then Randall, Marks, and Abreu, the top 5, as we are halfway through our qualifying process. We've got 18 more cars left to come out as we begin Flight B now. From Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Racing Foundation for Performance Hager Realty Services. Number 26 here is Justin Peck, and it's the other Justin from Aromas, California. The MittriConstruction.com, North County Plastering, Yuba Sutter Aviation, High Performance Lubricants. Number 2X of Justin Sanders. Lap 1 for Peck, a 12.645, 12645. Sanders on lap number 1, a 12.949, 12949. Peck, lap number 2, he will improve to a 12.377, 12377. Justin Sanders, lap number 2, he will improve as well to a 12.550, 12550. So Justin Peck sets the bar in Flight B of qualifying at 12.377 seconds. Here comes your next qualifier out of Reeder, North Dakota. The Wagner Aeronautical, Larson Construction, the Shack Outfitters. Number 78, it is Bill Wagner. Bill Wagner in the 78. And also rolling trackside of Oakley, California, the Gary Silva Ranches, Vallejo, Coin Exchange, Bowman & Sons Trucking, Air One Heating and Air, number 83, via Dylan Bloomfield. Bill Wagner, lap 1, a 13.382, 13382. Bloomfield's first lap, he will be third quick at 12.678, 12678. Lap 2 for Bill Wagner slows down to a 14.106. And Bloomfield on lap number 2, he is going to slow down as well, just barely to a 12.695. The first lap was better at 12.678. Dylan Bloomfield third and Bill Wagner fourth of 4 cars here in Flight B of qualifying. The most recent winner here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway out of San Jose, California. Maxwell Racing Engines and Matco Disposal, Advanced Auto Center, Swimming Pool Perfections, number 0 of Tim Kading, and one of our Rookie of the Year contenders out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pele Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Trim by Design, number 13 of Dason Persley. Lap 1 for TK is third quick, 12.602, 12602. Dason Persley is fourth quick on lap 1, a 12.624, 12624. TK's second lap, he is now second quick, 12.538, 12538. Persley goes to the top in Flight B, 12.246, 12246. Dason Persley now fastest overall in Flight B of Capital Custom Trailers qualifying. Qualifying next from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Self-Storage at Tahali, number 49 of Brad Sweet. And from Hanford, California, the Netto Ag, Penny Newman Grain, Mechanics Choice, Vanapole Petroleum, number 88, and here's DJ Netto. Lap 1 for Brad Sweet, he is third quick at 12.429, 12429. Lap 1 for Netto, he is sixth quick at 12.661, 12661. Lap number 2 for Brad Sweet. He is now to the top. 12.136, 12136. Netto goes to fourth quick. 12.385, 12385. Brad Sweet now leads the way in Flight B. DJ Netto fourth of 8 cars with 10 left to come out. Another rookie contender now on the racetrack from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical Mab Motorsports, number 42 of Cy Lynch. And from Jacksonville, Oregon, the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated, High Performance Lubricants, number 21 of Tanner Holmes. Lap 1, Cy Lynch, third quick, 12.314, 12314. Tanner Holmes on lap number 1. He is sixth quick at 12.425, 12425. Cy Lynch on lap number 2, going to slow down to a 12.415. First one better, 13.314. Make that 12.314. And Tanner Holmes will slow down as well on lap number 2 to a 12.539. The first time by was a 12.425. Sixth quick for Tanner Holmes and third quick for Cy Lynch. From Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant Gainbridge, number 7 BC. Here is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And also on the racetrack from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, number 5 of Brenham Crouch. Lap 1 for Tyler Courtney's 10th quick at 12.772, 127.72. Crouch's first lap, he is 11th quick at 12.869, 128.69. Tyler Courtney on lap number 2. He is going to slow down to a 12.881. First lap better, 12.772. Crouch is now 7th quick at a 12.453, 124.53. So Brenham Crouch 7th and Tyler Courtney 11th of 12 cars in Flight B. Here is the current track record holder on the speedway now in Hollister, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Inland Rigging, MP Environmental, Woodland Auto Display, number 73 of Ryan Burnell. And from Glendale, Arizona, the Gary Silver Ranch's Safety Clean, Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Triple X Chassis, number 7 of Ashton Torgerson. Lap 1 for Burnell is 10th quick at a 12.581, 125.81. Torgerson is now 11th quick at a 12.625, 126.25. Ryan Burnell across the line. He will slow down on lap 2 to a 12.840. And Torgerson's second lap, he's going to slow down as well, a 12.878. Both of their first laps were better. Good enough for 10th and 11th quick of 14 cars so far, with 4 left to come out. Hailing from Lebanon, Indiana, here is the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincown Demolition, number 14, it's Spencer Baston. And also qualifying from Templeton, California, the David Cry Engineering, Stay Paso, Luxton Real Estate, Woodland Auto Display, number 3 of Caleb Montgomery. Lap 1 for Spencer Baston is going to be 11th quick at a 12.595, 125.95. Lap 1 for Montgomery, he is 8th quick, 12.521, 125.21. Spencer Baston on lap number 2. He is going to slow down to a 12.632. Caleb Montgomery on lap number 2. He's going to go faster, but stays 8th quick overall at a 12.488, 124.88. For the number 3 of Caleb Montgomery, Spencer Baston 12th of 16 cars with 2 more left to qualify. Final 2 qualifiers are a couple youngsters out of Central California. Out of Lemoore, it's the Monarch Ford, Dawson Maldine Construction, Legacy, California, Crown Limousine number 2K of Gage Garcia. And from Fresno, the Tarleton & Sons, SynCal Services, Ardent, General Power Source Electric number 121 of Caden Steel. Lap 1 for Garcia, 16th overall, 13.078, 13078. Caden Steele, lap number 1 is 13th overall, 12.623, 12623. Lap 2 for Gage Garcia. He is now 11th quick, 12.572, 125.72. Caden Steele's second lap is going to slow down to a 12.930. First one better, 12.623. So that's going to do it for Flight B of qualifying. Fastest in Flight B was Brad Sweet at a 12.136. Dason Persley, Cy Lynch, Justin Peck, and DJ Netto, the top 5. But your fastest overall tonight in time trials, how about it for the 88W of Austin McCarl? His lap time, a 12.021. First car onto the track in Flight A. And it certainly pays off for him here tonight. He is the fastest overall in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Next on the program, looks like we have an issue over there for Caden Steele. Got to get him off the track in turn number 4. And once we do that, we'll be ready for opening ceremonies right after this break here on FloRacing.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Kubota High Limit Season 2 is here. The dirt track series that shook the world is back. Bigger, faster, and ready to make history. It all begins under the bright lights of Sin City. Catch up with Dirt Season 2 on Flow March 13th. Join Brad Sweet, Tyler Courtney, and the biggest names in dirt racing as they battle for glory and take fans along for the wildest ride of the year. From the first green flag to the epic finale, High Limit is more than racing, it's a movement.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed.
Super healthy for sprint car racing and compete for a championship. We can feel the buzz around. We're going to race the best guys every night.
Whole different level.
This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.
Well, welcome back to everybody watching at home on FloRacing. We are in the middle of our FanFest right now at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. We've got one of our drivers up here, one of our full-time drivers, and that is Sunshine Tyler Courtney. And Tyler, obviously not the way you wanted to start the night off, but we're glad you're joining us up here in the booth and giving you and your sponsors maybe a little bit of extra TV time here on FloRacing. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's my fault. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, you don't know how to work that thing.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm slow enough anyway, so this might be the only time I get to talk tonight. Hopefully not, but yeah, definitely not the way we wanted to start our night off. I think our second lap would have been okay if I pulled the front wheels off the ground there coming off a 2 and just wasn't very good. So got a lot of work ahead of us, but I know Jake, Ron, and Bobby, we'll dig ourselves out of this hole and move on to Paris tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Well, we were, discussing earlier today how we were going to get this to work, and where you're going to be able to make it up here. Luckily, your brother is here, so we could have used a stunt double to get him in here, and if you needed to go do something else out there. But what is he doing here? Can you tell the people why your brother's here helping you out?
Yeah, so Asia, my fiance, she had to go to a wedding this weekend for some friends of ours, Colton Hardy and Joey Crabtree, and so she had to go this weekend to their wedding, and then we flew my brother out to fill in for her in the merch trailer and babysit his nieces, which are dogs. So,
yeah.
So it's cool. I don't get to spend a lot of time with my brother, as we get older here. So to get him to come out for a weekend is special to me, and I hope it's special for him too to get to spend that time together.
And if people don't know, you guys, he could have came up here in your suit and people probably would have thought it was you. You guys are that close together.
He already said he's signed a few autographs tonight. So yeah, he's for people that don't know, I have a twin brother. We were born 2 hours apart, and we actually have two different birthdays. Two different birthdays. But yeah, his name's Taylor. I'm Tyler, and it's usually at Chili Bowls when people get really confused because we're in the same building for about 7 days straight, and people get a little confused.
They certainly do. I've done it myself. I'm not going to lie, but quite a different situation with you going on in the off season, right? Moving from Indy to Iowa now, right?
Yeah. So we relocated me and Asia to Iowa, where she's from, and we kind of looked around Indy a little bit, but couldn't really find exactly what we wanted, and ended up started to look out there and found pretty much exactly what we wanted. So it was an awesome first home purchase for myself and her, and it's cool to get to do that and have a place to call our own.
Now I am going to rag on you here a little bit. You won that golf cart last year. You were so pumped about this golf cart. It's the greatest thing ever.
Still using it.
Yeah. Well, apparently we couldn't set up a date to get you to pick it up or something. What happened there?
So like my t-shirt trailer doesn't have a door, back door to open it, so I don't really have a good way to get it. And then Kenny Kennedy was supposed to come through, and then I guess.
We have another one ready.
Yeah, you haven't got your new one all ready to go yet or whatever. So I just told Mike, use it as long as you guys need it, and we'll figure it out to get it out there. But yeah, it's awesome. Jake's Custom Golf Carts to step up and do that for us, and it'll be a perfect way to get around the Knoxville Nationals.
It certainly will if we can ever get it to you. But, we do have an extra one waiting for us in Pennsylvania from Jake's Golf Carts. And they're also the owner of JT Power Sports. And they're later on this year going to supply Tony Laporta with a Burrow Max. So that'll be fun to watch him ride that thing. Speaking of Tony Laporta.
Is it going to be big enough?
I'm hoping they get him the plus size. They have two sizes, right? I don't know which one it is.
He's going to need the adult version of those for sure. It would be pretty funny to watch him ride the kid one.
It would be, yes.
Tyler.
Oh, he's there.
Listen, I can hear everything you're saying, okay? And we're gonna have to have a discussion later. But I've already asked Steve Steinley to make sure they have the beefed up suspension on that thing. So when you see me mobbing through the pits, coming to ask you about what's new and exciting in your life, don't worry. That thing's going to be ready to hold me up.
Yeah, if not, I'm sure Garrett over at CSI Shocks that supplies all of our shocks can get you hooked up with something stiffer.
What a way to work in a sponsor plug right there. Can you teach Chase how to do that?
Yeah, I'm still learning how to make it happen nice and seamlessly. It hasn't clicked quite yet after a year. But speaking of Tony, one of my favorite things so far from the media day has been you impersonating him, and it's been at the beginning of each High Limit broadcast
has
so
it
far.
Really?
Oh yeah, it has.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I told him it would have been better. Asia actually brought this up to me. She's like, you should have done it in Tony's voice making fun of Chase.
That's how it always works, right?
But I didn't think about it on the fly, so I try to do my best Tony impersonation. Obviously, don't get to listen to you guys a whole lot throughout the night. Obviously, like qualifying and stuff, we watch on our phone to try to keep up and hear that. But obviously, I should have done a little bit better job at keeping up with the track tonight.
Hey, Tyler, you know what the good thing about all that is?
What's that?
You can do the impression right now with Chase sitting right next to you.
No.
We'll lay out. Nobody's going to say anything. The mic is all yours. Go ahead.
I'm good.
And don't worry, Tyler. This is like the first race that Flo's doing where everything's free. Everybody, they're watching on YouTube. They're watching on Facebook. It's a free night of FloRacing. So if you were to do that, only like 6 million people would see it instead. You know.
I'll say that for a later date. There'll be a right time and place. I'm not quite ready for it tonight. I got to work on it. I got to do it in the mirror a little bit.
I'm guessing the guys at Flo are putting a package together of that whole thing. But the other one that we've seen is Brenham impersonating me.
Okay.
We
How
are
good is
green.
that?
It's okay. He messed up a little bit. You know, instead of when I do it's we are green. He went with were green. He used the conjunction.
So he had to separate it there a little.
Whoa,
bit.
whoa.
That's a big
Chase.
word, Tony.
Hold on. Who's up there telling you what a conjunction is? Because I know for a fact you did not learn that in high
I saw
school.
him just like peek over at his phone there first.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how Chase lives his life, is through his cell phone. So I believe that pretty easily.
Well, and I also just remember the song back in the day, conjunction, function. Once I don't know the rest of it.
Oh,
Should we
my
part?
God.
Have him spell it, Tony.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Chase, Tyler didn't want to do the impression. Him and I will now both lay out. Go ahead. Spell conjunction.
Okay, so here we go. CONJUNCTION.
That sounded like someone who was reading his phone.
So Tyler's
I will
witness.
say it wasn't on his phone, so that was correct.
That was pretty good. I used to be a really good
correct,
speller.
We're all going to get roasted online.
I fully expected to hear CON junction.
Yeah, that would have been the easier way to spell it, that's for sure. Well, we got more with Tyler Courtney after a quick break here on FloRacing. Right now, it is the FanFest, so if you're here at the racetrack, make sure to go back there behind the grandstands and check out all the drivers and the merchandise trailers, and we'll be right back here on Flo with more.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
My name is Corey Day. I'm from Clovis, California. Racing in Brian's name basically is huge to me. I grew up, watching Brian, and he was awesome. It's cool to be racing for Driven to Save Lives. I get to represent it, and hopefully get more people to sign up for organ donation.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
And we are back in here, the brand new booth here at Bakersfield Speedway, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Tyler, this booth was put together, I was told last week. This is the first time it's being used. What do you think? I mean, the AC absolutely rips.
That's a good thing. It was quite warm when we got here today. So.
Oh, the button. Oh, are you good?
Oh,
go ahead.
It's green. That
Green means go,
right?
Green means go.
So,
yeah.
No, it's they're actually finishing the electrical today. So yeah, hats off to them for getting this place buttoned up for our high limit debut here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, I did want to talk about tomorrow as well, because that's a track that you have plenty of laps at, the Parasado Speedway, about 2.5 or so hours down the road here from tonight at Kern Raceway. But what are you thinking about Paris? I don't know if you've ran there in the wing car, have you?
No, never. I actually haven't even ran there since I think 2019 in the non-wing car with USAC. So yeah, excited to get back there. It's my crew chief Jake. It's really his home track. He grew up going there with his grandpa and his uncle in the CRA days with that. And so, yeah, it's going to be fun to get back there. I think he's got some family coming to see us and all that. So, yeah, excited to go there. But, yeah, first time in a wing car around Paris. But, yeah, if it's normal Paris, we get a great racetrack, which is pretty normal.
Pretty
there.
common, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll put on a great show. Honestly, I think with the state that sprint car racing is right now, really any racing, I think you could put us on that little track right there in the infield. We're going to put on a great show. So, yeah, excited to get back to Paris and see what we can do.
Yeah, it should be fun. Now, they just did quite a bit of work here to the racetrack, trying to get it to widen out a little bit. I know we're kind of keeping you from your crew and whatnot, but are you trying to pay attention to what's going on as you're standing up here in this new booth?
Yeah, just seeing what they're doing a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to have a long way to go in the heat race here. So, just I was kind of hoping they weren't going to do much till later in the night to hopefully get us a couple lanes. It might be back to a little bit narrow here, but that's the unfortunate part when you qualify bad. You got to deal with the consequences and just try to dig yourself out as best you can.
Yeah, this is one of those nights where, and you've won the All-Star Championship before, so like a night like this it's going to be tough, but you got to try and make it the best you can, right? How tough is that to try and have a bad qualifying lap, start at the back of the heat, but that you're in this points battle, you got to try and have a good run.
Yeah, it's very crucial. You got to at least get yourself in the show here through the heat race, or if not, pass as many cars as you can to get yourself in a good position to get through the B, and then, yeah, try and pass as many cars as you can in the feature. Like you watch Brad, it doesn't really matter where he ends up starting in the feature. He finds his way to the top 5. So when you're racing a guy like that for a championship, you have to try and emulate that and match those efforts. So, yeah, I have no doubt in our Nos Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, LA Custom Trailers guys and team that we can do this. Obviously, wasn't the perfect way to start, but it's not the first time we've qualified that bad, and probably won't be the last. So we'll just we'll go to work to dig ourselves out of this hole we put ourselves in.
All right, well, that is Tyler Courtney. We're going to let him cut loose here and head out back to his trailer. He's going to roll off from 11th in heat race number 3. Keep an eye on the Nos Energy Drink number 7 BC. We're itching closer and closer to opening ceremonies here. Tony, what do you got from the infield?
I'm down here with a bunch of excited drivers and crew chiefs taking in the rework down here. Shane Golobic was talking to me. You guys were rushing. You had to get that thing washed up in the parking lot. Dominic Selsley was just having some lighthearted conversation with you. How's the night going for you guys after just qualifying wrapping up?
It's probably going better than than it is for Dominic right now. When he walked up, he didn't look too happy with all the farming, but I guess we'll see what this does here. It's probably going to, I don't know, it'll make it interesting for sure. But yeah, my guys worked hard this morning. It's a long ways down here to come race for us. We had to drive back and forth for work Thursday, so yeah, thanks to them for working hard, and it's going to be another long night of driving home, but hopefully we can get some good racing in between.
Another long night of driving home. That's just the sprint car lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll just have a couple Nos Energy drinks and we'll be good to go.
What a seamless... Tyler Courtney, your Nos Energy Drink teammate, was just up in the booth. He worked in some sponsor-related plugs just like that. You guys could really be professionals at this.
Yeah, Lauren keeps us in line for sure.
Absolutely. Lauren Albano, an awesome ally to the sport of sprint car racing. Who else do we got up here? Dominic Selsley. We were just talking about him with Sugar Shane Golobic. All right, have you calmed down a little bit? Are you ready to talk?
Yeah, just, 2 bad laps in qualifying. I was too high in 1 and 2. I hot lapped around the bottom, and the guys that beat us were around the top, so we figured that was probably the lane. But, just thankful they watered it and ripped it because, we don't want any dust and we don't want 2 lanes of racing. So we made sure that we overwatered it again. So bummer, they reshaped the racetrack, which is awesome. But if we just get it wide and we, get 2 lanes, we don't have to reshape it. So hopefully we can learn from this and make the racetrack wide.
All right, well, in other news, we were sharing a lot of cool information earlier in the pits about your heart rate monitor you wore back at Tulare. If I was wearing a heart rate monitor right now, every time I talk to you, it kind of jumps just a little bit, but that's because, you're you.
Yeah, I don't know. My heart rate monitor pegs when I qualify bad, and then they rework the racetrack for no reason. So it's up there right now. I might need to see an EMT.
All right, there. Okay, Dominic, we're going to let you get back to the trailer. They are nearly done with trucks out onto the track. Tim Kading is ready to get behind the wheel of his race car. He gave us a great interview a little while ago telling us all about what we can expect when we go racing here in a little while. Everybody's moving. I feel like I should. We're going to step away. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be right back with opening ceremonies and heat races here live
From opening ceremonies getting underway here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway with 37 of the best drivers in the country when it comes to 410 sprint car racing. Did want to mention the upcoming schedule. We just talked to Tyler Courtney about it. On Saturday, tomorrow, March 22nd, Paris Auto Speedway, about 2.5 hours down the road, is where we are at for our next race. And then next Friday and Saturday, we head over to Arizona. It is the Central Arizona Speedway in Casa Grande for 2 nights on March 28th and 29th. Vado Speedway Park on April 1st in New Mexico. April 4th, we go to the Dodge City Raceway in Kansas. And also, I missed one right there. April 4th, we go to Amarillo, Texas, the Route 66 Motor Speedway. April 30th, it's the first race of the midweek series, the Roto-Rooter midweek series at Texarkana 67. Then May 1st and 3rd, 2 nights at Texas Motor Speedway's Dirt Track. May 7th, 81. May 9th, Lakeside. And May 10th at Tri-City Speedway in Granite City, Illinois. With that, it looks like we are ready for opening ceremonies. So for that, let's go downstairs to Tony Laporta.
Thanks very much, Chase. We are down here in the infield ready to officially kick off night number 3 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. But, of course, before we do, I've got to ask this great-looking crowd of race fans here with us tonight, are you guys having a good time tonight? We are as well down here in the infield with Capital Custom Trailers and Carts qualifying wrapping up, preceded by Dirt Draft Hot Laps. That means it is time to get into some racing action. But before we do that, it is time for opening ceremony. So I ask all of you in attendance here at this time to please rise as we welcome from Racers for Christ to lead us in tonight's invocation, Lane Harrison.
Please join me as we ask the Lord's blessing tonight. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this evening here in Kern Raceway. Father, I thank you for the beautiful weather you've brought us. I thank you for bringing the High Limit Series here to California for all the race fans to enjoy. Father, I thank you for keeping them safe on their way and in the previous races. Father, I pray that you would do the same tonight, that you would protect the racers, keep them safe every lap of the way. Father, I also ask that you would guide and protect the safety crews and the track crews as they prepare the track tonight and stand to the side ready to rescue a racer if needed. And Father, I also thank you for our military and first responders around the country that do all they do to protect us. Lord, I thank you for your love, your mercy, and grace, and we give you praise in all we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Lane. Fans, we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove cover as we honor America tonight with the playing of our national anthem. Well, race fans, one more time, I got to ask you, are you guys ready to go sprint car racing here tonight? That's more like it. The sun has set in the west just over turns 3 and 4. That means it's time for a Friday night fight. It's time to find out how they're going to race around this newly reconfigured Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And it is time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off in turn number 4. We are green. First of 4 heat races making its way onto the back straightaway now. Let's introduce you to the starting lineup of TJ Forged heat race number 1. On the pole out of Waco, Texas, driving the All-Bar Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print. Number 9R, It Is the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. And outside of him, starting in the second position, from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stadelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArtZone.com. Number 24 of Rico Abreu. Starting in the third spot from Clovis, California, driving the Gary Silva Ranches, Smith Titanium, JI Apparel, MPD Racing, number 10X of Dominic Gordon. And starting fourth, your fast time qualifier here tonight from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking, number 88W of Austin McCarl. Starting in the fifth spot from Fremont, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Mattwood Racing, Southern Pacific Farms, MV Drywall, number 17W, Sugar, Shane Golovic. And outside of him, another one of our Rookie of the Year contenders. From Northport, Florida, the Global Link Moxie Performance Sports Advisors Creative Products Group. Number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. And rolling off from the 7th position from Fresno, California, the Red Rose Transportation, Selzy Enterprises, Redline Oil, Whipple Industries. Number 41 of Dominic Selzy. And rolling off from 8th, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hample Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating, number 10 of Ryan Timms. Your final row in our first heat race of the night from Yuba City, California, driving the Lippert Construction, Danny Ward Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Vinyl Tech, Specified Pipe, number 21L, it's Landon Brooks. And your final starter in this one in his Highland Racing debut at Tempe, Arizona, the Lori Kiao, Coors Light Gang, CNR Machine, Apache Transport, number 2 of Alex Pettis. 10 cars will go around Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway 8 times, with the top 5 moving on to tonight's feature. The winner and the fastest qualifier to transfer, that being Austin McCarl. As long as he stays in the top 5, he's going to the dash with the heat race winner. Now, if McCarl can get the win from 4th, he would get what we call the ace in the hole, and he would automatically be on the pole of tonight's dash. That goes for all of the heat races tonight. The 4th place starter, if they can get the win, they would automatically be on the pole of tonight's dash. TJ Forged only builds forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate their wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what they do. They lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That's TJ Forged. All the drivers are powering up now, about to catch up to the HendrickCars.com pace truck, which is in turn number 3. Tonight's DJ of the night, a California local and the defending Highland Racing champion. That is Brad Sweet. We'll be listening to music that he handpicked this evening. The first one is Elton John with Rocket Man. That QR code on your screen, if you scan it, it will take you to the master playlist with all of the songs. They will be added as we go along this year. But if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to a Spotify playlist with all of the songs. But obviously, we have not had that many races this year, so we're going to wait to add them all as they come out. And also, if you wanted to look at a driver's individual playlist, go on Spotify and just type in their name and type in High Limit Play, or I believe it's High Roller Playlist, Brad Sweet High Roller Playlist. You type that into Spotify, and you can see all of the songs that Brad Sweet does enjoy. That goes with the rest of the drivers. They will be unlocked as each driver has their playlist come out for the first time. Coming to the green this time by, for the first heat race of the night, it's TJ Forged heat race number 1, 8 laps, top 5 going to the main event. Chase Randall and Rico Abreu to the chalk stripe. We're underway. Good start for Randall into turn number 1. He'll go to the inside, and he'll pull away from Abreu down the back straightaway. Abreu now under fire from Dominic Gordon. One car slowing at the back. It's Danny Sams. He keeps on going, but falls to the tail end of the field. Great race going on for that second spot, though. It's Abreu, followed by Dominic Gordon. Shane Golovic running in the third spot. Austin McCarl is on the bubble. If he falls out of a transfer, that is going to move Abreu into the final dash position. Keep an eye on the 88W, the big unit, your fast qualifier. Trying to hold on to a transfer spot. Slips up the racetrack. Dominic Selzy to the inside, down the back straightaway, trying to grab it away. Race for third as Golovic slides by on the bottom to take it away from Dominic Gordon. Shane Golovic down to the third spot as Dominic Gordon tried the top in 3 and 4. Did not work out for him, cost him a spot. As Abreu comes to make that, Randall comes across the line that time by 4 and 4 to go. Chase Randall trying to make back-to-back dashes. One of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders. 3 laps to go for the quickest chicken. Abreu, Golovic, Gordon, and McCarl. The top 5, everybody pretty spread out around the Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Next time by will be the white flag for the all-ball Euro alternative number 9R. Last time by, the lead has grown out to nearly 2 seconds for Chase Randall. White flag in the air, might encounter one car at the end of the race here. It's Alex Pettis. The rest of the top 5 uncontested. 3 and 4 for the final time. The quickest chickens going to the dash tonight. He gets the win in TJ Force Heat Race number 1. Rico Abreu second. Third spot going to Shane Golovic. Fourth goes to Dominic Gordon. And fifth goes to Austin McCarl. So Chase Randall gets the win in heat race number 1. He is going to the dash. Second, the 24 of Rico Abreu. Third, the 17W of Shane Golovic. Fourth, Dominic Gordon making his first career Kubota Highland Racing main event here tonight. And Austin McCarl also going to the dash in the 88W. He finishes in 5th. Then it is Dominic Selzy, Landon Brooks, Ryan Timms, Danny Sams III, and Alex Pettis are the 10 finishers in that one. Shane Golovic was just talking to Tony Laporta right before that heat race went onto the racetrack. And maybe you gave him a little bit of a pep talk there, Tony. It worked out for him. He ends up in 3rd.
Yeah, that's usually how people feel after having conversations with me. Chase is energized and ready to go out and succeed and do great things. Shane, did our pep talk up at the top of turn 1 help you out and give you the ability to go +2 in that heat race?
I guess so, yeah. We'll go with that for you for sure. Yeah, it helps gain us a few rows there in the feature. 2 bad nights of qualifying so far to kick off this deal, and I'm glad to at least gain a couple spots there for these NOS Energy Drink guys. They're working hard, so hopefully we can kind of go forward in the future like we did the other night.
All right, go have a cold NOS. You earned it, okay? That is Sugar Shane Golovic out of Fremont, California, going 5th to 3rd in TJ Forged heat race number 1.
Nice run for the 2-time winner here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. As we move on to heat race number 2, it's brought to you by DMI Racing Components. Here is the lineup for this one. Out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Live Bar Customs. Number 19, it's Brett Marks on the pole. And outside of him, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking. Number 21P, it's Robbie Price. Starting in 3rd, from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, driving the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils. Number 88, that is Tanner Thorson. And outside of him, starting from 4th, out of Enumclaw, Washington, driving the Cane Screen Print Primrose Collection, Matman Designs, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, number 9 of Casey Kane. Starting from 5th, from Clute, Texas, he is in the Fulkins Brother Trucking, STC American Table, B&O Holdings, Power Plus, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And starting from 6th tonight, in this heat race out of Fresno, California, the Pacific Boring, Circle J5 Farms, M&L Plumbing, Metech Titanium. Number 14E, it's Mariah Ead. Starting in the 7th position at Enumclaw, Washington, driving the M&M, make that the PGH Excavating, Sidler's Concrete, Missile Motorsports, Big Mountain Enterprises. Number 19T, it's Colby Thornhill. And starting back in the 8th position at Billings, Montana, the C&L Service, JJM Performance, Belt Clothing, Big Sky Speedway. Number 28, that is Joe Perry. And starting back in the 9th position, now living in Encino, California, that is the Inland Rigging, Shurcan LLC, Woodland Auto Display, MP Environmental, number 73X of Kyle Bielman. Bielman tonight, just his 6th career 410 sprint car start. Going to roll off from 9th in this one. DMI Race Components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of Central PA, you can find us every week participating in the sport we love. You race, re-race, let's race together. Lights out on top of the pace truck. Here's another song coming in from Brad Sweet's High Roller playlist here tonight at Bakersfield Speedway.
The good times go by too fast. Yeah, I waste time would take a little slower. Sometimes it feels like a blink and then it's over. Soak it in, better make it last. Live it up while we can, cause the good times go by.
coming to the green in heat race number 2. We're underway. Nice side-by-side start up front. It's going to be Brent Marks nosing ahead of Robbie Price. Down the backstretch, Price slots into the second spot. Tanner Thorson and Casey Kane are fighting for third. Thorson's on the bottom, Kane on the top. Now Kane turns it down the hill. Can't build enough speed to get by the number 88 car. Now Thorson looks inside of Price in turn number 2. Tanner Thorson looking for that second spot. Behind him, it's Casey Kane in fourth, and fifth right now is Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel in that final transfer spot. Casey Kane. Now Tanner Thorson underneath of Robbie Price, looking for second down the back straightaway. Tanner Thorson has not been able to make a show out of the heat race of the B main so far this season with Highlander Racing. But right now, that JST Motorsports number 88 car looking pretty good as he's working on Robbie Price for P2. Brent Marks clips another one off. That's 4 in and 4 to go for the M&M Painting and Construction number 19. Thorson just a little bit too tight in the center of the corner to pull up next to Robbie Price. Casey Kane looking to make another dash. That would be 2 in a row for him, dating back to Tulare on Wednesday. Aaron Reitzel has fended off the challenges of Colby Thornhill for that final transfer spot. Then it is Mariah E. Joe Perry just made the pass on Kyle Bauman off of turn number 2. Moved Perry now up into 8th position. Brent Marks is going to come by this time by and see the white flag. 1 to go in DMI Racing Components heat race number 2. Brent Marks will not have any traffic to deal with as he comes off at turn number 4. He'll see the checkered flag. He's the winner of heat race number 2. Second goes to Robbie Price. Third to Tanner Thorson. Fourth to Casey Kane. And fifth goes to Aaron Reitzel at the line. So Brent Marks gets the win in DMI Racing Components heat race number 2. He will go to the dash. Second, the 21P of Robbie Price. Third, the 88 of Tanner Thorson. Fourth is the number 9 of Casey Kane. He will also go to the dash. And fifth, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Colby Thornhill, Mariah E., Joe Perry, and Kyle Bauman finish up in the 9th position and will head off to tonight's B main. Looks like Robbie Price, our second place finisher, all the way from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, to be here tonight. The Saratoga Motorsports Park number 21P stops on the infield, and he'll talk to Tony Laporte about that second place run.
Robbie Price, quick on the track, quick here, stopping, already got the helmet off. So Robbie starting second, finishing second, but it wasn't that easy. Had to hold off a hard-charging Tanner Thorson right behind. What's this car telling you right now?
I think we're a little bit free there. We snugged up a little bit and then kind of saw what they did to the track and hummed and hawed. We probably zigged when we should have zagged, but not too bad. We got some stuff to learn there and get rolling for the future.
You don't want to zig when you should have zagged. That's a book. That's a move right out of the Chase Rodman playbook. Chase, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yes, I do a lot of zigzagging, especially out on the highways and the freeways and the county roads and things like that. As we roll on with our third heat race, it's brought to you by BR Motorsports. Here is the lineup on the pole. Out of Apollo, Pennsylvania, driving the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports. Number 42, that is Cy Lynch. And outside of him, from Hanford, California, the Netto Ag, Penny Newman Grain, Mechanics Choice, Vanderpool Petroleum. Number 88N, it's DJ Netto. Starting in third, from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, number 5 of Brenham Crouch. And starting from fourth, the defending Highland Racing champion. Out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Self Storage at Tahali, number 49, it's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Starting in fifth, from San Jose, California, the Maxwell Racing Industries, Amadco Disposal, Advanced Auto Center, Swimming Pool Perfections, number 0, it's Tim Kading. And starting from P6, out of Lemoore, California, the Monarch Ford, Dawson Maldine Construction, Legacy, California, Crown Limousine, number 2K of Gage Garcia. Rolling off from 7th out of Lebanon, Indiana, in the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14, it's Spencer Baston. And outside of him in the 8th position, out of Glendale, Arizona, the Gary Silva Ranches, Safety Clean, Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Triple X Chassis, number 7 of Ashton Torgerson. And your final starter in this one, from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant Gainbridge, number 7 BC. It is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney.
When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR Motorsports only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and Triple X Chassis. Drivers have caught up to the HendrickCars.com pace truck. If you are not familiar, there is a new rule this season with high limit racing. The heat race pole sitter has the option to either start on the outside or the inside. And so far, it looks like all the drivers have started from the bottom, and that is going to continue here with Cy Lynch. As they are getting the one to go signal, that means we'll listen to another song. This one is Jamie Johnson in Color from Brad Sweet's High Roller playlist.
Like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. You should have seen it in color. Yeah, pictures worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep.
Coming to the green, PR Motorsports Heat Race number 3 is underway. Cy Lynch gonna get the first call, maybe some contact into the corner right there. Close call between Tim Kading and Brenham Crouch. Kading's up to 4th. Brad Sweet underneath of DJ Neto. He's out to the 2nd spot. Brad Sweet takes 2nd across the line on lap number 1. The race for 5th is on. Spencer Baston underneath of Brenham Crouch. He'll take it away in turn 1. Now Baston very sideways off the corner. Hangs onto the race car, maintains that final transfer spot. Behind him, it's Brenham Crouch, then Gage Garcia, Tyler Courtney, and the 7th Ashton Torgerson. Cy Lynch trying to make his 2nd dash in a row as well. And a good night so far for the Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders. Can it continue here for Cy? Lynch, a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump right there into turn 1, but maintains the race lead in that Hollywood Blasting coating number 42. Brad Sweet trying to reel him in. If he can do that and make the pass, he would have the ace in the hole and start on the pole of tonight's main event. DJ Neto running in 3rd. Tim Kading 4th. Spencer Baston 5th. Sweet is certainly closing the gap on Cy Lynch with still 3 laps to go. But can he make the pass on a relatively narrow Kern Raceway right now? Lynch off the top in turn number 4. 2 laps to go. 0.7 of a second back was Brad Sweet that time by. Cy's lap time was better. A 12.4 to a 12.7. White flag, 1 to go. Cy Lynch about 2 lanes off the bottom. Makes his way down the back straightaway. 3 and 4 for the final time, and he's going to make it 2 dashes in a row in the state of California. How about Cy Lynch getting the win? Brad Sweet is 2nd, DJ Neto 3rd, 4th goes to Tim Kading, and 5th will go to Spencer Baston. So Cy Lynch is now the heat race winner here in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. He will go to the dash along with Brad Sweet, who finishes up in 2nd. DJ Neto ends up in 3rd. 4th goes to the 0 of Tim Kading, and 5th will be the 14 of Spencer Baston. Going to the B main tonight, Tyler Courtney, then Brenham Crouch, Gage Garcia, and Ashton Torgerson round out the field in that 3rd of 4 heat races here tonight. We've heard from him a couple times here tonight. We'll hear from him again after a 4th place effort in that 3rd heat race. It's TK Tim Kading.
Tim Kading goes 5th to 4th plus 1. But, man, you got straight jiggy with it down here in turn number 1 off the start, putting the moves on him. We talked earlier about what you thought this racetrack would run like. You've been out there now under competition. What do you think of it?
You know, with them working the track a little bit, they brought the top back a little bit down the backstretch, running around there. But I still think the bottom's going to be faster at the end of the night down here just because it's going to be so long around the racetrack. I got to thank Katie Williams, Ashley Smith, everybody, Emadco, Sean Greeley, everybody that helps out. Hi to everybody back home, and I hope you guys and the fans in the stands have a good night and have fun.
They keep watching you. I think they're going to have plenty of fun. That's TK. Tim Kading going plus 1 in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3.
All right, moving on to our final heat race of the night. It's brought to you by Dirt 2. We'll take a look at the lineup on the pole out of Monrovia, Indiana. Driving the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services, number 26, it's Justin Peck. And outside of him, from Jacksonville, Oregon, the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rin, Durst Incorporated High Performance Lubricants, number 21, of Tanner Holmes. Starting in 3rd out of Templeton, California, the David Cry Engineering, Stay Paso, Luxton Real Estate, Woodland Auto Display. Number 3, it's the birthday boy, Caleb Montgomery. And outside of him, from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella of Opti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, it's Dason Persley. Starting from 5th, out of Aromas, California, he's in the MitcheryConstruction.com, North County Plastering, Yuba Sutter Aviation, High Performance Lubricants, number 2X of Justin Sanders. And starting in 6th, it's the track record holder here at this Speedway, out of Hollister, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Inland Rigging, MP Environmental. Woodland Auto Display, number 73 of Ryan Burnell. And rolling off from 7th, out of Fresno, California, the Tarleton & Son, Syncal Services, Ardent General, Power Source Electric, number 121 of Caden Steele. And outside of him, rolling off from 8th, out of Oakley, California, driving the Gary Silva Ranches, Vallejo Coin Exchange, Bowman & Sons Trucking, Air One Heating and Air, number 83 V of Dylan Bloomfield. And your final starter in this one is out of Reeder, North Dakota, the Wagner Aeronautical, Larson Construction, the Shack Outfitters, number 78 of Bill Wagner. Episodes 1 and 2 are available right now on FloRacing for Season 2 of Dirt, which follows along a bunch of the High Limit Racing regulars from 2024, not fur. Dirt Season 2 is a full-scale documentary from Dirt Racing of 2024, and it's absolutely incredible. The 3rd episode will come out next week before we head over to the Central Arizona Speedway. So make sure to keep an eye on that. If you want to watch the first 2 episodes, they are available right now on FloRacing. Drivers are now go. We got a problem on the front stretch. That is Caden Steele coming to a stop. And Steele had an issue earlier on during qualifying. They had to get him towed off the track during qualifying at the end. And now, what's up?
Chase, he went feverishly to turning the steering wheel back and forth while parked there, checking the left front, possibly where the drag link connects, potentially a steering problem. As track officials Cody Houston and Trent Hetzer are leaning in, Caden's got both hands up in the air. He's not sure what the issue is. Doesn't seem to be an engine or a drivetrain problem. I think he's having a hard time putting the car's front tires where he needs them to be.
Interesting. Okay, so it looks like they are going to hook up the front end of the Tarleton & Son, number 121, Caden Steele. Was scheduled to roll off from the 7th position, the 2024 NARC 410 Rookie of the Year. And Tony, you got an update for us.
Yeah, it's power steering fluid. Thought that might be it when he came in. They checked everything once over just to make sure, but power steering fluid gone inside the 121 for Caden Steele.
Thank you for the update, Tony. Sounds like the 73 of Ryan Burnell was late to staging, so he will be penalized at the beginning of this heat race. So you see him back there on the final row next to Bill Wagner. Coming to the green right now in Dirt 2, heat race number 4. It's Justin Peck and Tanner Holmes. Great start on the outside for Holmes, and he might forge ahead with the lead, and he does. Down the back straightaway, Tanner Holmes with the race lead. Ryan Burnell is all the way up to the 4th position in the 73. Ryan Burnell's gotten by a couple of cars, now gives one back up to Caleb Montgomery, and that's going to put Burnell on the final transfer spot right now. But here comes Justin Sanders. Sanders draws to the left 3 down the back straightaway. They now get single filed out, entering turn number 3. Up front, it's all about the Tarleton & Son, number 21. These guys have been absolutely incredible to start off 2025. Drew Warner and Tanner Holmes. 5th place run at Tulare on Wednesday night. 11th in Las Vegas. And now looking to make a dash here at Kern. Peck in 2nd, Persley in 3rd. 4th is Montgomery, and 5th is the 73 Burnell. Justin Sanders feverishly trying to track him down. Burnell a little bit sideways right there, more than you'd want to see in turns 1 and 2. Might allow the 2X to close in slightly. Now a race for the lead down the front straightaway. Justin Peck closing back in on Tanner Holmes, as is Dason Persley. The top 3 getting very, very close, and now Holmes with a little bit of separation between himself and the 26. 2 laps to go this time by. 2 laps to go. Tanner Holmes nice and smooth around the bottom. Behind him, Peck hit a little bit of a rut right there and got the car tight. Coming around to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Might encounter a lap car on the final lap. Looks like Tanner Holmes is going to make it through scotch-free here. Off at turn number 4, he will get the win in Dirt 2, heat race number 4. It's Tanner Holmes. Justin Peck in second, Dason Pursley third. Fourth goes to Caleb Montgomery, and fifth goes to Ryan Burnell. So your results from heat race number 4. It's Tanner Holmes getting the win. He is going to tonight's dash. Second, the 26 of Justin Peck. Third will be Dason Pursley. He will also go to the dash. Fourth, the 3 of Caleb Montgomery. And fifth goes to the 73 of Ryan Burnell. Justin Sanders, Dylan Bloomfield, Bill Wagner, and Caden Steele. The other drivers finishing in that one, they will go to tonight's B main. So that will do it for heat race coverage here on FloRacing. Next up, we'll find out who will start where in tonight's FK Rodden's Dash with the Redraw spin wheel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Flo.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Brian lived a lifetime of moments in those 27 years. Through his death, the lives that are being saved because of that one decision has just been incredible. And that's all I wanted for Brian and I was more time. And through Brian's gift, here Dan gets to have that with his daughters. You know, as a dad, I was proud of that as much as I was of the racing accomplishments.
Hey race fans, have you set your Dirt Draft lineup yet? Dirt Draft is the fantasy racing app you can download right on your phone. Pick a team of 5 drivers within your $100,000 salary cap, and the better they do, the better you do. You earn points to spend in the Dirt Draft speed shop for all kinds of cool stuff, from t-shirts and hats, race tickets and pit passes, or even a season pass to FloRacing. New subscribers even get a free Dirt Draft t-shirt. Download the Dirt Draft app now from the Apple app or Google Play Store.
And welcome back here to Kern Raceway as we are getting very close to tonight's Dash Spin Redraw Wheel to take place here in just a few moments. Right now, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, which is Rod & Supply, for helping us get up and down the road here with Kubota High Limit Racing.
opportunity to be involved with all sorts of industries, from auto racing and performance-related industries to farming and industrial markets. Whether you're running a go-kart, micro, mini sprint, midget, modified, late model sprint, or tractor, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, bearings, and specialty products that will help you lead the field and perform at your maximum potential. Since 1989, Rod End Supply has provided superior products priced competitively with prompt and courteous service. Our promise is to continue to provide superior service with superior products that will keep you in front of your field. Visit us today at rodandsupply.com. And remember, we don't just sell them, we race them. Well, let's take a look at one of the upcoming schedules here for FloRacing's coverage. It's Spring Nationals, the late model series. They go to Buckshot Speedway on March 28th. March 29th, they're at East Alabama Motor Speedway. And on April 18th, they're at I-75 Raceway. April 19th, the Tazewell Speedway. And then a doubleheader at Beckley Motor Speedway for the Schaefer's Oil Spring Nationals. Once again, you can catch all of that action right here live on FloRacing. I'm sure there's many, many viewers watching tonight for the very first time because tonight's race here at Kern Raceway is free on all of FloRacing's platforms, so make sure to get yourself a subscription. You can watch High Limit, you can watch Spring Nationals, Lucas Oil Late Models, all the good stuff right here on Flo. We've got a couple more drivers we're waiting on before we get underway with tonight's redraw wheel, so we'll be right back here on Flo.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to FloRacing's live coverage of night number 3 of Kubota High Limit Racing here in 2025. As always, we're streaming live on FloRacing.com or the FloRacing mobile app, but I bet a whole bunch of you are tuning in right now via FloRacing's Facebook and YouTube page for free. We want to welcome all of you and say thanks a bunch for hanging out with us. Now you know what you've been missing out on. Don't forget you can head right over to FloRacing.com and get yourself a pro subscription so you don't miss a single lap of Kubota High Limit Racing and a whole lot more throughout the rest of the 2025 season. We're down here on the inside of the front straightaway after wrapping up our 4 heat races, and as you can see, we've got this big beauty, the Kubota High Limit Racing Redraw Roulette Wheel, the brainchild of the one and only Chase Rodman. He loves it, mostly because he doesn't have to put it together. He gets to hang out up top and watch us get through it. So we've got our drivers that qualified for tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash right over here, unless you're Austin McCarl, and then you're sitting over there. We've got the drivers who will come up in order of how they qualified. Because it's a split field, we will go winners from heat race 1, 3, 2, and 4, and then we'll go to the fastest transferring cars, again in that same order, heat race 1, 3, 2, and 4. They'll come up one by one. First, they'll answer the Kubota High Limit Racing hot seat question. That's a question that's been submitted by a fan. None of these drivers know what it is yet. After they answer the question, they'll spin the redraw roulette wheel. Whatever number that wheel stops on, that will seed them for the FK Rod Ends Dash. The only trick is none of the drivers know where they're going to start until the very last wheel has been spun, because the lower the number, the higher up you start. We're getting ready to go down here. Again, we've got our heat race winners lined up and ready to go. 2 nights in a row, 2 dashes. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Race Rudine Foundation Rookie of the Year contender out of Waco, Texas. It's Chase Randall. Man, just making the dashes, following a national championship, winged 410 racing, you're making it look easy. We've got our hot seat question. It comes to us from Mary Beth Hall out of Dalton, Ohio. Mary Beth wants to know, Chase Randall, who is your favorite racing driver to watch in any form of racing and why?
Oh, man. I would say in the sprint car side of things, I would say, like we saw a couple nights ago at Tulare, Kyle Larson was one of the coolest guys to watch. Getting all up in it, running the top and getting the win there. But I would say, back a few years ago in the NASCAR days, I would say Jeff Gordon was one of my favorite drivers to watch. He was always one I looked, watched around and always kept up with.
Kyle Larson, Jeff Gordon, those two guys know each other. Here comes Chase Randall. He's making his second dash of the 2025 season. Remember, the lower the number these drivers spin, the better off they will start in tonight's FK Rod Ends dash. Oh, thought it was going to be the 4. It's a 23 for Chase Randall in that hard-to-miss machine. And look at this, our next Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contender. He wastes no time on track, wastes no time getting up here to the redraw wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cy Lynch. Cy, jump right over here by the wheel for me, and we're going to ask you our hot seat question. Mary Beth Hall out of Dalton, Ohio wants to know, who is your favorite driver to watch from any form of racing, and why?
Oh, probably Kyle Larson. I mean, everything he climbs into, it's just always a show, and he's the best at what he does.
Kyle Larson, I hope you caught the truck race tonight. He just picked up the victory in Homestead, Miami. All right, Cy Lynch is getting ready to spin. If he can go lower than a number 23, he will take over the provisional pole position for tonight's FK Rod Ends dash. If he can go lower than a 23, he would leapfrog Chase Randall. 35. Cy Lynch, the wheel has not been very kind to him through his first 2 nights coming up here to spin. Coming up next, our DMI Heat Race number 2 winner out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania. It's Brent Marks. Brent, jump up here by the wheel for me. We want to make sure people can see that thing. It's so hard, to spot, as you can, as I'm sure you can imagine. All right, Mary Beth Hall wants to know, who's your favorite driver to watch from any form of racing and why?
Past or present, does it matter?
It does not matter. You can pick any driver.
That'd be Tony Stewart, hands down. So I've always loved Tony. Growing up, he was actually my hero, so Tony Stewart.
My guy right there. Brent Marks picking Tony Stewart as his favorite driver to watch in any form of racing. So here we go. Brent is going to try to spin. Chase Randall has the number 1 seed right now. Hashtag March Madness with a 23. Cy Lynch at the number 2 seed with a 35. Brent Marks, what can he do here? How about the 22? Is that where it stops? Yes, it does. And that puts you in P1 by 1 digit. P1 for Brent Marks with the number 22. So let's throw that in there really quick. Make sure we keep track of where all of our drivers are. That moves Brent Marks up to the top spot. We are now happy to be joined by our Dirt 2 Heat Race number 4 winner out of Jacksonville, Oregon. This is Tanner Holmes. You're mic'd up, brother. You're always making that content, aren't you?
Always. Yeah, no, we're having a lot of fun tonight. First time here at KCRP, so we're just trying to make the most of it. The Tarleton car has been really good. My laps earlier didn't feel super comfortable, but our speed was still there, and then made it even better in the heat.
All right, who's your favorite driver to watch from any form of racing?
Yeah, I try not to be too controversial, but probably my pick, Kyle Busch. I just grew up watching him and enjoyed him, and every time I say anything along the lines of that, that's when I usually get people coming at me. So just always enjoyed following him, and it's cool to see how his careers went, and now I think a lot more people love him than earlier in his career.
I've always said you're the Kyle Busch of sprint car racing. How about some noise for Tanner Holmes here, folks, as he's going to spin the redraw roulette wheel. Brent Marks just took over the number 1 spot thanks to a number 22. If Tanner Holmes can go a 21 or lower, he would take over the very top spot for tonight's dash. Oh, the number 30. That is not what he was hoping to see, but it's still only 3rd out of the 4 drivers we've seen spin so far. Our fastest transfer out of TJ Ford Heat Race number 1. It's the one, the only, the big unit, Austin McCarl. Austin, great to have you back here at the redraw wheel. We got to do this back on Saturday night in Las Vegas. Always fun to have you here racing with us at Kubota High Limit Racing, so we'll get right down to it. Who's your favorite driver to watch in any form of motorsport?
If I couldn't pick my dad, I would pick Tony Stewart by a mile. He's been amazing to watch, and I could go on a whole little tangent, but he's, in my opinion, at least growing up, obviously Kyle's amazing and, whatever, but T. Stu when I was growing up was the man.
Hey, Terry McCarl's pretty entertaining to watch, and he's entertaining to talk to, but I'm with you on Tony Stewart. Probably the best to ever do it, in a couple of guys' minds down here. Austin McCarl next up to spin here is your fastest transfer out of TJ Forged Heat Race number 1. He's our 5th driver to spin. He's trying to get out in front. That number 30 would tie him, and the number 26 is where the wheel stops. That puts him 3rd out of the 5 drivers we've seen spin so far. He's always quite punctual. Ladies and gentlemen, out of BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3, it's the one big cat, Brad Sweet. Brad, what's cracking?
I'm just excited to be in the dash. It's always important. So checking out the new Kern County Speedway. So far so good. Hopefully the track just gets a little wider here, and hopefully we get a good dash draw and we can put on a good show.
All right, before you find out where you'll start in tonight's FK Rodden's Dash, Mary Beth Hall needs to know, who's your favorite driver to watch in any form of racing and why?
Ooh, I don't know. It's hard to. I know the easy answer is Kyle Larson, but he's my brother-in-law, so I don't want to give him too much credit. So probably Max Verstappen in F1. I like to see how good he is against all the elite talent. He seems to make him look silly at times. So he's been really fun to watch.
Max Verstappen. This is Brad Verspinning. You see what I did there? All right, Brad's trying to go a little bit lower than a 22. Pretty tight grouping here so far tonight. 22, 23, 35, 30, and 26. The wheel for the defending Kubota Island Racing champion is a number 9, and that puts him to the top spot. His team owner, for the second night in a row, we see Brad, and then we see Casey Kane. You're making all these dashes. It's fun to watch out on track, Casey Kane. Happy to have you here. Mary Beth Hall wants to know, who is your favorite driver to watch in any form of motorsport, and why?
I'd say Max Verstappen. Whether it's rain, whether it's sunny out, it doesn't matter. Just how he positions his car and the things he does at all the tracks and all the different low speed, high speed. It's pretty wild. It's fun to watch.
2 for Max Verstappen, Casey Kane, and his driver, Brad Sweet. Let's see where Casey will start in tonight's FK Rodden's Dash, or at least get an idea of where he's going to start. He needs to beat a number 9 by his driver, Brad Sweet, and the number 21 for Casey Kane puts him 2nd. So this could be a KKR front row in tonight's Dash. Our final driver to spin comes to us out of Dirt 2 Heat Race number 4, our 3rd Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contender, Locust Grove, Oklahoma's Dason Pursley. Dason, thanks for joining us here tonight. Mary Beth Hall wants to know, who's your favorite driver to watch in any form of motorsport, and why?
I think kind of my generation would be lying if we didn't say Kyle Larson, just because of all the things he jumps in. But it's just cool to watch him jump in and out of different cars and everything, and it seems to be pretty good at it as well.
All right, let's see what Dason Pursley, could he upset the Casey Kane Racing front row here for tonight's FK Rodden's Dash? If he's going to do that, he's got to spin a number 8 or lower if he wants to knock Brad Sweet off the spot. That number 4 just might do it. No, it's the 23. So a 23 for Dason Pursley. That will tie him with Chase Randall, a fellow Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contender. So let's take a look at it. Brad Sweet and his car owner, Casey Kane, will share the front row. 3rd place, we know definitively, will go to Myerstown, Pennsylvania's Brent Marks, and then we'll sort out between Chase Randall and Dason Pursley, who will get the 4th position there, and who will get the 5th position. 6th will be Austin McCarl, your overall quick time award winner, and then it's Tanner Holmes in 7th, and Cy Lynch in the 8th spot. So always fun down here with the Redraw roulette wheel. We're going to learn a little bit more about some of the partners who make high limit racing possible here in 2025.
Musco Lighting is proud to be an official partner of High Limit Racing. As the world's leader in sports lighting, Musco's advanced solutions are featured everywhere, from local tracks to the biggest NASCAR and Formula One circuits around the globe. On behalf of the entire Musco team, we hope you enjoy tonight's event. HendrickCars.com is the only site that can handle all your vehicle needs right from the racetrack. We make it easy to shop, buy, and service the way you want, with more than 100 locations, 25 brands, and everything from luxury vehicles to work trucks in our nationwide inventory Hendrick has it. Schedule a service appointment with our certified master technicians, find a collision center, and even browse hundreds of career openings, all on HendrickCars.com. Racing Electronics is the #1 company in race communications and the official race communications provider for High Limit. Racing Electronics has over 30 years of experience and serves every major form of auto racing, and the exclusive Racing Electronics RE-Ceiver Pro is the micro receiver of choice for the top high-limit drivers. Learn more by calling RE today at 1-800-272-7111 or visit them at racingelectronics.com.
The B main is making its way towards the staging lane now. We'll have that for you and more when we come back from this break here on Flow. Next on the racing program, it is the Winters Performance B Main. They have been manufacturing speed parts for the racing industry for over 65 years. Many of the winningest sprint cars in history are equipped with Winters quick change rears and driveline components. Visit wintersperformance.com today. Let's take a look at the lineup for tonight's B Main. On the pole out of Northport, Florida, driving the Global Link Moxie Performance Sports Advisors Creative Products Group, number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. And starting to his outside in the second position, out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete, and Landis Block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, number 5 of Brenham Crouch. Starting in the third spot from Fresno, California, the Red Rose Transportation, Selzy Enterprises, Redline Oil, Whipple Industries, number 41 of Dominic Selzy. And starting fourth, from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars, Brant Gainbridge, number 7 BC of Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Rolling off from fifth, from Enumclaw, Washington, the PGH Excavating, Silers Concrete, Missile Motorsports, Big Mountain Enterprises, number 19T, it's Colby Thornhill. And starting sixth out of Aromas, California, the MitryConstruction.com, North County Plastering, Yuba Sutter Aviation, High Performance Lubricants, number 2X of Justin Sanders. Starting from row number 4 on the inside, from Yuba City, California, the Lippert Construction, Danny Wirtz Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Vinyl Tech, Specified Pipe number 21L, it's Landon Brooks. And outside of him from Oakley, California, the Gary Silva Ranches, Vallejo Coin Exchange, Bowman and Sons Trucking, Air One Heating and Air, number 83V of Dylan Bloomfield. Starting ninth from Fresno, the Pacific Boring, Circle J5 Farms, M&L Plumbing, Medtech Titanium, number 14E, it's Mariah Ead. And rolling off from 10th from Lemoore, California, the Monarch Ford, Dawson Maldine Construction, Legacy, California, Crown Limousine, number 2K of Gage Garcia. Starting in 11th from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hampel Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating, number 10 of Ryan Timms. And starting in 12th from Reeder, North Dakota, the Wagner Aeronautical, Larson Construction, the Shack Outfitters, number 78, it is Bill Wagner. Your 13th starter comes to us out of Billings, Montana. C&L Service, JJM Performance, Belt Clothing, Big Sky Speedway, sponsor the number 28 of Joe Perry. And starting 14th from Glendale, Arizona, the Gary Silva Ranch's Safety Clean, Moose Selzy, Barn Girl, Triple X Chassis number 7. It's Ashton Torgerson. And starting from 15th tonight, from Encino, California, the Inland Rigging, Shurcan LLC, Woodland Auto Display, MP Environmental number 73X of Kyle Beilman. And outside of him in 16th from Fresno, the Tarleton & Son, Simcal Services, Ardent General, Power Source Electric number 121 of Caden Steele. And your final starter in this one, out of Tempe, Arizona, the Lori Kiao, Coors Light Gang, CNR Machine, Apache Transport number 2 of Alex Pettis. So we will have 17 cars going for 12 laps. The top 4 finishers will go to tonight's main event here in the Winters Performance B Main. And while they pace around, gives us another opportunity to listen into a song off the playlist of Brad Sweet. It's Jelly Roll with Son of a Sinner.
I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs.
Remember, you can scan that QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the master playlist. If you want to see each driver's individual playlist, you go on Spotify, you type in their name along with High Roller Playlist. It'll pop up. Only 3 of them are unlocked right now. It's Brad Sweet, Tanner Thorson, and Rico Abreu. But as we continue on through the season, they will all be unlocked, and you can check out the driver's favorite songs. Another way to get an inside look at some of their personalities, which is something that we are very interested in here with High Limit Racing, and we are happy to have that High Roller Playlist be a thing here with our series. Drivers are now catching up to the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Right now in turn number 1. As your front row, Danny Sams and Brenham Crouch are trying to catch up to him and make their way into tonight's feature event. All the drivers finding their proper starting position here in this one. Danny Sams trying to make it 4 for 4 when it comes to the Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders to make the show. Brenham Crouch and then Dominic Selzy and Tyler Courtney will start in those top 4 positions. Colby Thornhill and then Justin Sanders as we are coming to the green this time by. Landon Brooks and Dylan Bloomfield, row 4, row 5. Mariah Eade and Gage Garcia as we come to the green. Danny Sams will get the first jump into turn number 1 as Colby Thornhill is going to make his way by Tyler Courtney. That's going to put him outside of a transfer spot, but the yellow lights blink on. And maybe a false start on the 24D of Danny Sams. We'll wait to see what the verdict is here. And that is indeed the case. So Danny Sams, early on the throttle, will be penalized 1 row. Move him back to the inside of row number 2. Move Brenham Crouch to the pole position. Dominic Selzy outside the front row. And quickly we will go back to green. This time by with 12 laps. Top 4 go into the back of the feature. We are back underway. Nice even start up front. Looks like Dominic Selzy will forge ahead with the race lead. Down the back straightaway, contact back behind as Colby Thornhill got over the left rear of Danny Sams. They both keep on going. Thornhill lost the spot to Justin Sanders. Sanders 1 spot out of a transfer, working on Danny Sams. Behind them it is a hornet's nest. Thornhill, Timms, Brooks, Bloomfield, Torgerson all back there trying to sort it out. Ryan Timms underneath of the 21L, Landon Brooks makes the move on him for the 7th position. Brooks gets back by him into turn number 1. Landon Brooks back up to 7th. Up front, it's all Dominic Selzy as he leads over Brenham Crouch, Tyler Courtney, and Danny Sams the 3rd. Justin Sanders and Gage Garcia are side by side behind him for the 5th spot. Garcia didn't even turn a lap at Tulare on Wednesday night. Had issues with that car all night, but he's trying to put it in the show here at Kern. Brake rotor glowing orange on that number 2 K car as he gets tight in the center on 1 and 2. Going to lose some ground and lose touch with Justin Sanders. And now he's going to lose a position as Colby Thornhill flies by on the inside. Move Thornhill up to 6th. Colby Thornhill now up to P6. Meanwhile, your race leader will encounter traffic by the end of this thing. We're halfway through, but the yellow lights blink on once again. It's Landon Brooks in turn 2. Caution, caution, caution. So the caution is out for Landon Brooks. We mentioned it earlier on in his qualifying run. Got a prelim night win at the Chili Bowl Nationals in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in January. A surprising win, a absolutely monumental win for the young driver to Yuba City, California. We'll see a replay here on the Comp Cams replay. Goes into the corner, and Garcia got sideways right in front of him. And Landon Brooks, I mean, what else could he have done there as Gage Garcia came down the racetrack into the side of him, got up over the left rear and spun it around. But Landon Brooks, the new pilot for Bates Hamilton Motorsports. Justin Cox will drive their second car at weekly action at Placerville Speedway. Meanwhile, Brooks will run most of the 410 stuff out here on the West Coast. Race fans, see that cone on the front straightaway. The drivers cannot pass before that cone, they cannot hit that cone, and they cannot go below that cone. If they do any of those infractions, they will be docked a couple of positions. So that's what that cone is out there, only for single file restarts. So we are halfway through the Winter's Performance B main. Dominic Scelzi's led since the initial drop of the green flag. Maybe an opportunity here for Colby Thorne. Oh, Brenham Crouch goes around in turn 1. Brenham Crouch goes around in turn number 1, was in a transfer position in second spot. And the Horizon Whiskey number 5 is now facing the wrong direction in turn number 1. We'll see what happened to Crouch here in just a moment in that CJB Motorsports number 5. Crouch makes his way into the first corner. Did get some help there from Tyler Courtney. I was looking back through the field. Did not see that happen in real time. So Brenham Crouch definitely getting a little bit of help from Tyler Courtney. And now he will drop to the tail end of the field. Brenham Crouch, along with his crew members, Eric Coyle and Anthony Bartolo. I think Tony was telling me this. All of their ages added up together do not equal the age of crew chief and the absolute legend of Barry Jackson. And it's just a weird dynamic all year for those guys, Tony.
Chase, if you add up Brenham Crouch, Anthony Bartolo, and Eric Coyle, they add up to 59 years old. The legend, Barry Jackson, a stunning 61.
Yeah, that is crazy. I was talking to those guys in Las Vegas, and I was like, this is the crew right here? You guys look like you still belong in high school. And then there was Barry, still trucking along as we come back to green. Dominic Scelzi makes his way through 1 and 2, gets away from Tyler Courtney as he's now under fire from Danny Sams. Sams is going to take second, entering turn number 3, slides up racetrack, but Tyler Courtney powers back around on the outside, maintains second. Danny Sams not going down without a fight. Now they slot back into line. Sams is in 3rd, Justin Sanders is in 4th. Sanders slips up a little bit off of turn number 2, allows Colby Thornhill to close back in. Thornhill up over the inside berm right there, and he'll lose touch with the 2X car down the front stretch. 4 laps to go in tonight's Winter's Performance B main. Ryan Timms getting by Dylan Bloomfield down the backstretch. Move Ryan Timms up to about the 7th spot now. Justin Sanders trying to go to lane 2 on the entrance to turn 1. Now turns it down the hill on the back bumper of Danny Sams. 2 laps to go for Dominic Scelzi. Danny Sams looks like he's holding on for dear life right now with Sanders and Thornhill breathing down his neck. Got to hold on for another lap and a half here. 1 to go for Dominic Scelzi. Scelzi with about a 10-car length advantage over Tyler Courtney down the back straightaway. And he will come off at turn number 4 to the checkered flag. He wins the winner's performance B main. Second goes to Tyler Courtney. Third will be Danny Sams. And fourth goes to Justin Sanders. So your results from tonight's B main, the winner and going to the feature, the 41 of Dominic Selzy. Second, also going to the feature, is Tyler Courtney. Third, Danny Sams. And fourth, Justin Sanders. Those four will continue their night in tonight's A main. Colby Thornhill, Gage Garcia, Ryan Timms, Dylan Bloomfield, Caden Steele, Joe Perry, Ashton Torgerson, Kyle Bauman, Brenham Crouch, Landon Brooks, Mariah Eade, Alex Pettis, and Bill Wagner will be done for the night. Before we get into tonight's FK Rodden's Dash, let's take a look at the schedule for FloRacing Night in America Late Models. They kick things off on May 6th at the LaSalle Speedway, and then the next night they go to Spoon River. The very next night after that, Lincoln Speedway. Really good racetracks right there in the state of Illinois. May 13th, Marshalltown Speedway, and on June 4th they head over to Eldora Speedway in Ohio. FK Rodden's brings over 35 years of experience to the industrial, performance racing, and off-road markets. Established in 1983, FK Rodden's has grown to become the preferred source for motion control products to nearly every industry. To learn more, visit us on social media or find us online at www.fkroddens.com. Here is the Dash lineup. The finish of this race will determine the first 4 rows in tonight's A main event. On the pole, out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated, Factory Cane, Self-Storage at Tahali. Number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And starting in second, from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Brumos Collection, Matman Designs, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, number 9 of Casey Kane. Starting in third, from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, in the M&M Painting and Construction, the Grew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks. And starting from fourth, one of our Race Reading Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders, out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, it's Jason Persley. Rolling off from fifth, another Rookie of the Year candidate from Waco, Texas, the All Bar Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R, it's the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. And starting from sixth, out of Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking, number 88W tonight's Fast Qualifier, it's the Big Unit, Austin McCarl. And starting from seventh, from Jacksonville, Oregon, he drives the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated High Performance Lubricants, number 21, it's Tanner Holmes. And your final starter, another rookie contender out of Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mositis Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical Bad Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. 8 cars, 7 laps, the FK Rodden's Dash. The finishing order determines the first 4 rows for tonight's main event. And how about that? Our DJ of the night will roll off from the pole in this one. That is Brad Sweet, the little Taylor Swift on his High Roller playlist here tonight.
Are you ready for it? I was a robber, first time that he saw me, stealing hearts and running off and never saying sorry. But if I'm a thief, then he can join the heist and we'll move to an island, and he can be my jailer.
It's Taylor Swift with Ready For It on Brad Sweet's High Roller playlist. I believe Brad put that one on there for his daughter Savannah. She loves Taylor Swift. I'm sure Savvy's watching tonight on FloRacing. HendrickCars.com pace truck is in turn 3, Tony.
Chase, actually, Savvy was telling me earlier she can't stand Taylor Swift. She thinks that Brad put that song of his own accord. She says, my dad is always listening to Taylor Swift no matter where he goes, no matter what he's doing. Savvy, she's more of an AC/DC fan, she told me.
That's interesting, Tony, that you say that. That is surprising to me. But it looks like the lights are out on top of the pace truck. If you were in the grandstands, we ask that you please sit down for the people behind you so they could see the action, unless you are, of course, at the top of the grandstands. If you're standing up and there's people behind you, please take a seat so that they can get an equal opportunity to watch the racing action on track. Green flag comes out in the FK Rodden's Dash, and we'll roll into turn number 1 with Brad Sweet up front. Race for third is on as Brent Marks is trying to hold off Jason Persley. It's not going to work for him, and Persley takes over the third position. Tanner Holmes Austin McCarl and Cy Lynch going at it back there for around the 5th position. Give it to Lynch into turn 1. So Cy Lynch quickly from 8th up into 5th. Make that the 6th position for the 42 car. As Brad Sweet shows the way. Already a 10-car length lead over the number 9 of Casey Kane. Dason Persley looking for his best run of the season with Kubota Highland Racing in that Boot Motorsports number 13 here tonight. Brent Marks in 4th. Chase Randall currently rounds out the top 5. Just had a 6th place run on Wednesday night at the Thunderbolt. He currently leads all rookies. The 100 years of Napa Auto Parts number 49 car has grown that lead considerably over the last 2 laps. It was 1.7 seconds last time. That time by it's 2.2. Dason Persley still in 3rd as Randall closes in on Marks down the backstretch. He's going to make the move for 4th. Brent Marks now slipping back to 5th as Chase Randall goes on by. The white flag is out here in the FK Rod-Ins dash. Brad Sweet off of turn number 4. He will get the win, and he'll be on the pole of tonight's main event. 2nd goes to Casey Kane. 3rd to Dason Persley. 4th to Chase Randall. And 5th goes to Brent Marks. So winning the FK Rod-Ins dash and on the pole of tonight's feature, it's the number 49 of Brad Sweet. 2nd, the number 9 of Casey Kane. 3rd to Dason Persley. 4th to Chase Randall. And 5th goes to Brent Marks with Cy Lynch, Tanner Holmes, and Austin McCarl rounding out the field in that dash. So only 2 things left to do here tonight. That is the Durst Dice Roll along with tonight's A main event before we send it to a quick break here on Flow. Want to mention this as well. The Highland Racing Rookie of the Year teams proudly display the Race Redeem Foundation logo to promote awareness about addiction. Started by Kevin Rudine after he tragically lost his son Race to a fentanyl overdose in 2016, the Race Redeem Foundation is empowering communities to fight addiction with the hope that others don't have to experience the pain that the Rudine family went through when they lost Race. To learn more about the foundation, visit raceredine.org. So when we come back here on Flow Racing, we'll find out who is the Durst Dice Roller, and we'll find out who is the Durst Dice Roll driver.
Are live from Bakersfield, California on a Friday night here with Kubota High Limit Racing. We've gotten done with Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Capital Custom Trailers qualifying. All 4 of our heat races, the B-Main and the Dash are complete, which means we are almost ready to go A main event racing. But before we do that, we've got the Dirt Dice Roll to work through. But before we can do that, let's check in with this good-looking crowd of race fans. How are you guys doing out there tonight? The crowd filled in really, really well, and we're having a lot of fun here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. We're down here on the front straightaway, and we're ready to go with the Durst Dice Roll. Scott Berry with the eyewear. Those glasses are on fleek. Where do you come from?
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. I don't know my California geography. Is that far from here?
It's right on the coastline, probably about 3 hours away.
All right, so you made the drive to come hang out with us. We really appreciate that. So Scott Berry is tonight's Durst Dice Rolling fan. He already knows how this works. You should know how this works because you've been watching High Limit Racing all week and all season. And if you haven't been, what's up? What's going on? But we're going to talk to you just in case you haven't been keeping up. Scott Berry was randomly selected from pre-event ticket purchases as our Durst Dice Roller. We pull a name out of a hat. Out of all the folks who bought their tickets ahead of time online, Scott, I got to ask, I got to know, how good's your planning? When did you buy the tickets for tonight here at Bakersfield?
I probably checked that schedule every day for months until the tickets here came on sale because they went on sale pretty late. So I bought them the day they went on sale, but I checked for a couple weeks.
That's smart. All right, we like to hear that. A lot of prior planning there. So Scott's going to be handed the Durst dice here in just a moment. He's going to roll them down the front straightaway. You can roll them that way. You can roll them that way. It doesn't matter. Whatever number those 2 dice add up to, or the sum of what they come to on the stop, is the driver in that position is the Durst Dice Roll driver. If that driver wins from the starting position, those dice add up to, you and that driver will split that many X additional $1,000. I see the Rico Abreu Racing hat. I see the Rico Abreu Racing hoodie on. Your driver, Rico Abreu, starts from the 9th position, so I'm guessing that's who you'd like to get here tonight.
No, it's not a bad choice.
All right, how about it? Bakersfield, he's about to roll the dice. Can we make some noise and give Scott Berry a little bit of luck here? Going towards turn 1?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. One more time, Bakersfield. Help him out. Get loud. Here's Scott Berry. Give him a roll. The Durst dice are down, and the first one is going to stop on a 1. The other ones are going to start on the 6. So that is the 7th position. That means you have Jacksonville, Oregon's Tanner Holmes in the 21 coming from 7th. If Tanner can win, you and him are splitting $7,000. How's that feel?
That's awesome. I'm getting married at the end of July, so anything helps.
Anything helps when you're getting married. Right from Scott Berry. He's going to be cheering for the number 21 Tarleton's Tanner Holmes, as he'll come from the 7th position as tonight's Durst Dice Roll driver. How about it, fans? Let's make some noise for our Durst Dice Roller and Tanner Holmes. Chase, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Tony. Well, the feature starters, 24 of them are on the horn, meaning that they have 8 minutes to present their cars on the racetrack. And with that, we'll jump into tonight's starting lineup. Utilizing a Kubota High Limit Racing provisional to start 25th on the field here tonight out of Lubbock, Texas, driving the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis block, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com. Number 5, it's Brenham Crouch. And starting 24th in tonight's main event from Aromas, California, the MitchryConstruction.com, North County Plastering, Yuba Sutter Aviation, High Performance Lubricants. Number 2X, it's Justin Sanders. And starting 23rd tonight from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Sports Advisors, Creative Products Group. Number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. Starting 22nd from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant Gainbridge. Number 7 BC, it's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And rolling off from 21st position out of Fresno, California, he drives the Red Rose Transportation, Selzy Enterprises, Redline Oil, Whipple Industries. Number 41, Dominic Selzy. And up to row number 10 on the outside, the current track record holder out of Hollister, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Inland Rigging, MP Environmental, Woodland Auto Display. Number 73, Ryan Burnell. And starting 19th from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, STC, American Table, B&L Holdings, Power Plus. Number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And rolling off from 18th here tonight, from Lebanon, Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition. Number 14, the driver is Spencer Baston. And rolling off from his inside, out of Clovis, California, the Gary Silva Ranches, Smith Titanium, JI Apparel, MPD Racing. Number 10X, it's Dominic Gordon. Starting 16th tonight, it is his birthday here this evening as well. Out of Templeton, California, the David Cry Engineering, Stay Paso, Luxton Real Estate, Woodland Auto Display. Number 3, it's Caleb Montgomery. And your 15th starter comes to us out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maxima Racing Oils. Number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. And rolling off from 14th here tonight, the most recent winner here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. From San Jose, California, the Maxwell Racing Engines, Amadco Disposal, Advanced Auto Center, Swimming Pool Perfections, Caps Powder Coating. Number 0, TK Tim Kading. And starting 13th tonight, a 2-time winner here at this facility. Out of Fremont, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Mattwood Racing, Southern Pacific Farms, MV Drywall. Number 17W, it's Sugar Shane Golobic. Up to the 12th row on the outside. Make that the 6th row on the outside, 12th starter. Out of Hanford, California, the Netto Ag, Penny Newman Grain, Mechanic's Choice, Vanderpool Petroleum. Number 88N, it's DJ Netto. And starting 11th, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Engines, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking. Number 21P, it's Robbie Price. And now into the top 10 feature starters here tonight. On the outside of our number 5, from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty Services. Number 26, it's Justin Peck. And rolling off from 9th, out of St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbag and Jadian Racing, Pacific Boring, Stadelhofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArcZone.com. Number 24, Rico Abreu. And starting on the outside of row number 4, your fast time qualifier here tonight. From Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Bosma Family Farms, Tucker Trucking. Number 88W, the Big Unit, Austin McCarl. And starting 7th, he is the Durst Dice Roll driver here tonight. Out of Jacksonville, Oregon, the Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated High Performance Lubricants. Number 21, Tanner Holmes. Outside the 3rd row, another one of our Rookie of the Year contenders. Out of Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, Bab Motorsports. Number 42, Cy Lynch. And starting 5th, from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Grew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks. Row number 2 is full of Rookie of the Year contenders. Rolling off from 4th, from Waco, Texas, the All-Ball Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print. Number 9R, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. And rolling off from 3rd here in this one, from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design. Number 13, it's Dason Persley. And the front row made up of teammates. On the outside of row number 1 in the 2nd position, out of Enum Claw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Bruno's Collection, Matman Designs, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers. Number 9, Casey Kane. And your pole sitter here tonight, the defending Kubota High Limit Racing champion. Out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Kane, Self-Storage at Tahali. Number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. That is 25 starters. They will go for 30 laps around Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. $12,000 awaiting them at the checkered flag. Tony, Casey Kane outside the front row in this one. Last year, his best finish with High Limit was a 5th. It came very late in the season at Lucas Oil Speedway in Missouri. And now Kane not only has a chance to better his best ever High Limit finish, but now has an opportunity here to maybe grab his first ever national touring win.
Chase, we talked about it on the High Limit Room back on episode 1 before things kicked off in Las Vegas. You and Brian Walker and I, we all predicted that Casey Kane would, in fact, get his first national touring 410 win here in 2025. Of course, there's no getting around. There's been a lot of noise. There's been a lot of, I don't want to say controversy. There's just been noise around that Casey Kane Racing 2-car effort with the departure of longtime crew chief and who was set to be Casey's crew chief this year and kind of have a managerial role within KKR. And that's, of course, Eric Pretzman. But Casey Kane and his young team have done a really good job. Ty Wolfgang, who took over for Pretzman, that was scheduled all along. Ty Wolfgang, who now calls the shots on Brad Sweets, is number 49. He was very clear about it back in Las Vegas. He told me, and I'm sure he's communicated the same to you, that there are no real team roles. There's no defined positions. This guy only does this guy only does that over at Casey Kane Racing right now. Both those cars and all the crew members between both the 9 and the 49, they share responsibilities, and I think that's absolutely one of the major contributing factors to Casey Kane's newfound success and speed. You talked about it already the last 2 nights, this evening and earlier in the week at Tulsa's Thunderbolt Raceway. Casey Kane showing up, making the dash, and here tonight he's ready to roll off on the outside of row number 1. But Chase, as cars continue to make their way out onto the track here, we're talking about veterans like Brad Sweet and Casey Kane, but I got to ask you, how about this Race Rudine Foundation Rookie of the Year fight? In that dash spin alone, we talked to 3 of the 4 Race Rudine Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders. How tight is that battle for Rookie of the Year going to be in 2025, do you think?
I mean, it's already blown me away, and we're only 3 races. I mean, not even 3 races in, Tony. 3 of them in the dash here tonight. They are exceeding my expectations already. Cy Lynch, Chase Randall, Dason Persley all in the dash. Danny Sams has ran 15th in both features so far at 2 brand new tracks to him. You see him on your screen right there. And right now, Danny Sams, he's going to have some work to do rolling off from the inside of row number 12, but he's looking for another solid run. All 4 of these rookies have impressed me mightily so far through the first 2 races.
Back-to-back nights for the Northport, Florida driver Danny Sams racing his way in. Having to go through the B main, I think it just says how fast and talented those 4 Race Rudine Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders are. And I'm over here in turns 1 and 2. I personally have fallen in love with this newly reconfigured Bakersfield Speedway, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. I don't know. I'm interested to hear your input, Chase. But I can't think of a racetrack we've been to in the last year or so that is more distinctive and more different on both ends. Turns 3 and 4, a lot more round, a lot more traditional. But over here in turns 1 and 2, where they're firing off, they enter fast and low down here. There's a lot of, let's call it character. They hit some turbulence rolling through the tough stuff down here in turn 1. And then the track's elevation actually rises as they roll through turns 1 and 2. Drivers have to fight getting a tight condition as they naturally skate up the track for turn number 2. Right when they get to the top of that second corner, it's time to get back on the loud pedal and head down the back straightaway, and they just do that over and over and over again. I love this track. It's technical, it's challenging, and it's got 2 very unique ends.
It certainly does, Tony, and we'll see who can navigate it the best here tonight. Cars begin to fire off, and for the final time tonight, we get to listen into a song from the playlist of Brad Sweet. It's Carrie Underwood with The Champion here on Brad Sweet's High Roller playlist. And now the 25 drivers in tonight's main event have been fired, and in just a few moments they will find their proper starting position behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. pace truck on the backstretch. Brad Sweet the first to greet it. Casey Kane makes his way up through the field and will join him on the front row. So far this season, it's been Corey Day and Kyle Larson, the winners of the first 2 races with High Limit Racing. They are not here tonight, so we will have a new one for 2025. Will it be the defending champion? Or will it be the car owner looking for that first ever national win? Casey Kane been trying for so long, 49 high limit starts, 224 A-main starts with the Outlaws, has yet to make it happen. But maybe today at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, he can make it happen with a little bit of help on his side, maybe from lap traffic, maybe a great start. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Welcome to the High Limit Room. Back to side-by-side formation behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. And the next time by, we will go green, as you could see from the flag stand, giving them the signal. Brad Sweet and Casey Kane in row 1. Dason Persley and Chase Randall in row number 2. Row 3, Brent Marks and Cy Lynch. Row number 4, Tanner Holmes and Austin McCall. Row 5 is Rico Abreu and Justin Peck. Robbie Price and DJ Neto on row number 6. Row 7, Shane Golobic and Tim Kading. Row 8, Tanner Thorson, Caleb Montgomery. Row 9, Dominic Gordon and Spencer Basin. Row 10, Aaron Reitzel, Ryan Burnell. Then Dominic Selzy, Tyler Courtney, Danny Sams, Justin Sanders, and Brenham Crouch. Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing up at turn number 4. We are green. Feature is underway. Contact. 3 of the rookie contenders, and upside down goes Cy Lynch, along with possibly Danny Sams at the tail. And we have got chaos in turn number 2 on the opening lap. Several cars involved, and I believe not 1, not 2, not 3, but all 4 of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders got a piece of that one.
You're exactly right, Chase. Danny Sams is sitting here parked. He's got, at least noticeably, right off the bat, some right side front wing damage. Cy Lynch was the one you called, I believe, getting upside down. Chase Randall's facing the wrong way over here in turn number 2, and Dason Persley is hooked up to the right rear corner of Austin McCarl, who's about to get sent back down turn 2 here to get it pointed back in the right direction. But an absolute parking lot down here in turn 2.
And Rico Abreu has some pretty severe damage to the front end of the Mesilla Valley Transportation number 24. Abreu came in 19 points behind Brad Sweet for what would be the de facto second place in points after tonight. And you can see the damage to that car. Even the top wing got a little of something there. That is 2 nights in a row, by the way, Tony, where Cy Lynch has a great starting spot in the feature, and on the opening lap in turn 2, something goes awry. Luckily, it does look like Lynch is able to drive that car back to the work area, just with a top wing that's a little bit crunched up there.
Yeah, they're getting pushed into the work area right now. I'm heading over. Danny Sams' family, who literally is his team, are surveying the damage, at least what they can see of it. Chase Randall comes to a stop. Cy Lynch will as well. We'll find out what's going on.
I believe Rico has a flat left rear. That is the case indeed. So Rico also a flat left rear tire on that car. Let's take a look at the comp cams replay and see what happens here at the very front of the field. Dason Persley and Chase Randall in row 2. That's where I believe it starts at. They went into turn 1. Oh, Persley got up on the bike and just clipped the left rear of Chase Randall. Everyone else from row 3 on back came flying through there, and a bunch of guys getting a piece of it. They're already working on Cy's car. Got the jack underneath of it, trying to get him up in the air. Looks like maybe attending to the left rear tire on his machine, and they take that off. Definitely going to need to replace the top wing on that car as well. Rico's on the hook heading toward you, Tony.
Zane Reese with the 42, Cy Lynch already trying to figure out exactly how much time they have. That's never a good sign. The left rear is already off. They're going to work. Jake Argo is down here helping out. They're going to pull the top wing off that race car. And then Tyler Garber, you'll remember him from Jake Allen's Shark Racing efforts for many years. He is about shoulder deep in the right rear corner of this race car. The 42 team trying to diagnose and find if there's anything else. Chase Randall is already back down on the ground. It was just the left rear for them. We're going to check in here on Altoona, Iowa's Austin McCarl. They're taking a look at the left front of his race car, and Austin giving directions to the team as they're heading already to push him back towards the track entrance. So maybe no issues on the 88 of McCarl. Here comes the 24shoprico.com machine of Rico Abreu. A mangled front end, nose wing absolutely crunched up. The front bumper peeled up as well. You fear that it could be a front end. I don't think they're ready to do a whole assembly swap on that. Chase Randall getting pushed back out towards track entrance. The front bumper comes off the 24 for Abreu. They're going to swap nose wings on that race car, and a couple guys, Brandon Eichenberry, a few others back here towards the rear side of the 24. They're going to put on a new left rear. Carly Holmes leading in as well to help get that back on. So potentially just a nose wing and front bumper on the front half of Rico, and then a new left rear. They're going to leave the top wing, albeit a little bit curled, up on top of that race car. Hopefully you'll see Rico back down and away here shortly.
Well, the action is not going to go away there, Tony. The 13 of Dason Persley is also on the hook, making his way towards the work area as well. So you will be expected to see that bright yellow Boog Motorsports entry making its way towards the work area as well. I would not be shocked if there was even another car that had some sort of damage in that whole melee there.
So Tyler Garber found exactly what he was looking for, and it's a busted Jacobs ladder on the right rear corner of Cy Lynch. They've already got the old one out. They're going to put the new one in. A lot of times you'll see guys go back out there with a bent-up Jacobs ladder. Yes, it's definitely going to affect the handling, but it's not a terminal failure. They can still get around with a slightly tweaked or sometimes broken Jacobs ladder. They know they have the time, so they're swapping it out on the 42 of Lynch right now. Here comes the 13 of Dason Persley. Work continues on the 24 of Rico Abreu, and it's also important to mention that Danny Sams' crew is still awaiting him, reminiscent of Devil's Bowl with the Outlaws a couple of years ago, when there's so many cars involved in an incident and not enough tow trucks to get to everybody. That's what's going to give us this really long red flag right here. They've got the front end of Dason Persley's Boog Motorsports machine hiked up in the air. Zane Jackson from Brad Sweet's number 49 Napa crew brings over the 13's front end assembly, so they're already planning to swap out a whole front end. It looks like on the 13 they're communicating with Dason right now and checking the drag link and all the steering components to see exactly what Dason can feel.
So Danny Sams does refire. You could see the visual damage on that car, but it does not look like he's going to the work area. Did want to reset the top 10 here real quick. Brad Sweet, Casey Kane in the front row for the restart. Then it is Brent Marks and Tanner Holmes in row 2. Justin Peck and Robbie Price in row 3. DJ Netto and Tim Kading in row 4. And what looks to be Tanner Thorson and Caleb Montgomery will be in the 5th row. 5 cars that start in the top 10 there, all getting knocked out. Tony, you got more for us?
Dason Persley's night is done. Steering knocked out of that number 13. That's what Lanny Nichols reported as they quickly came to a halt as far as working on Dason Persley's car. He's still sitting in it behind the tow truck, ready to be taken back to the pit area. But everybody else down here looks like they will make it back out. Work continues on Rico Abreu's number 24, and it sounds like, according to you, Chase, they're not going to bring the 24D of Danny Sams back in. Is that correct?
Yeah, he is still rolling around the track. He's in turn 1 right now. So Danny Sams is going to keep on going. It looks like, as Tony mentioned, Persley's headed back towards the trailer. They're turning around Rico's car now. Looks like Cy Lynch is still there as they continue to work on the Mercedes Motorsports number 42. They've got to be getting close to fixing him up. And then just waiting, looks like, on a push truck for Abreu to get back underway. So a major shakeup, and I'm sure Scott Berry's feeling pretty good right now as Tanner Holmes went from starting this race 7th to starting this race 4th. Due to the contact and the issues between Persley and Randall there on the opening start, there is your Durst Ice Roller, Tanner Holmes. Going to roll off from outside of row number 2 for the upcoming restart. Next to Brent Marks. So out of that whole thing, I believe the only car, if I'm not mistaken, Tony, the only car that did not make it back out, is this correct, the 13 of Persley?
Yeah, that's the correct. I just got back to the infield, so waiting to see everybody else. You can see Austin McCarl get pushed back onto the racetrack. They were still working on Rico's number 24 when I left the work area, but all signs pointed to him getting fired back off, which Tyler McKim lets me know he, in fact, is now rolling. So, yes, Persley, the only casualty to not make it out of the work area.
They're still working on Cy Lynch's car feverishly, I might add, there on the right rear portion. Hard to tell. It looks like they're getting maybe the final things tightened up there to get him back onto the track. Cy Lynch scheduled to start this race outside of row number 3 as Abreu now gets refired on the back straightaway. Work still going on Cy's car. Looks like, see Chad down there with those shoes that Tony's mentioned a couple times, the bright orange. Looks like they've got it fixed. Cy Lynch is going to return to the speedway in that Ducati of Pittsburgh number 42. So that is indeed the case. The only one not making it back out is Persley.
Chase, Chad Hill is Cy Lynch's uncle on his mother's side. And just so you know, he wears those bright neon sneakers as much for his safety as yours. It's so you can see him coming before he gets to you. That's Chad Hill.
That's a good move right there. Abreu's car not firing, Tony. Rico Abreu's car is not powering up, and he heads back to the work area now.
Yeah, that's surprising because everything they did to that number 24 when he came in was cosmetic, with the exception of getting that new left rear on the back corner of that race car. We've gotten cars speeding back up again. I don't think I'm going to be able to get over to the work area, so it'll be interesting to see what the drone captures for Rico here in the work area.
Yep. The drone is on it right now, and it does not look like it looks like they're going to try it again. So whatever they did, they're going to get the push truck on him as the field is now getting behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Couple push trucks still trying to get back into the infield. Abreu will get a shove. Rear tires are rolling, and that looks like it was the fix. Whatever it was, Rico Abreu's car has now come to life, and he will appear on the backstretch here in just moments and join at the tail of the field.
Well, and Chase, as you know, that is huge for the driver and the team who finished 3rd in car owners standings last year. He comes into tonight 4th in a very tight championship fight. But as you've pointed out already, Larson and Day, they're not full-time high rollers. So in reality, Rico Abreu is sitting 2nd in the championship standings. It's so important that he gets as many laps and finishes as high as he can every single night.
No doubt about that, Tony. The lights are out on top of the pace truck. We will go to the green flag the next time by. What's also going to be interesting is a lot of fast cars got taken out there, and they're at the tail end of the field. So when Brad Sweet gets back there, it's going to be much tougher to contend with some of those guys that start inside the top 10 to make a lap down on them. Could be an opportunity for Casey Kane or maybe a Tanner Holmes to get up there and challenge. Complete restart, 30 laps still remaining. Casey Kane, a good start around the outside. They go side by side to turn number 1. Casey Kane going to look to the outside, but Brad Sweet with a wheel stand off the corner going to have the race lead. Kane now challenged down low as Brent Marks is trying to take that second spot away. Off of turn number 4, who's going to have it at the line? It looks like it's going to be very close, too close to call, in fact. Kane, according to timing and scoring, had second, but now Marks has it off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. DJ Neto now into the top 5. DJ Neto getting by the 26 of Justin
Peck moved the 88N into the top 5. Still a good race going on for second. Casey Kane around the outside, almost got by Brett Marks down the front straightaway. Marks clears him and maintains P2 down the backstretch. Caleb Montgomery's now up to 6th. He's gotten by number 26 of Justin Peck. Caleb Montgomery has had an absolutely outstanding West Coast swing here with High Limit Racing. And he's trying to continue it here tonight on his birthday. Looking to the outside of DJ Neto. That is for the top 5 position. Montgomery around the outside cannot make the pass. One car up in smoke. Down the front stretch, it's Tanner Thorson. Thorson's car, a lot of smoke coming out of that thing. That does not look good, but he continues on for now. Brad Sweet now up to the tail end of the field. First car he will encounter is his closest championship rival. That is Rico Abreu. Abreu's car just does not look right as Neto now makes the pass on Tanner Holmes. DJ Neto now up to 4th. Brad Sweet now has to evacuate the bottom, goes to the top to get by Abreu down the back straightaway. He will put a lap down on the driver currently 4th in Kubota High Limit Racing point standings. Brad Sweet now working on the 42 of Cy Lynch. Lynch, a little bit of a bobble right there off the corner. Brad Sweet not able to make it by him. Now goes to the outside in turn 3. Brad Sweet now has 2 lap cars between himself and Brett Marks. Cars are side by side now up in front of your race leader. Danny Sams, Austin McCarl. Also back there is Brenham Crouch and Chase Randall. Tim Kading on the back bumper of Caleb Montgomery as they work down the back straightaway. That's a race for 7th. Brett Marks and Casey Kane are side by side into turn number 1. Casey Kane takes the 2nd spot back away. Casey Kane looking for his first ever podium with Kubota High Limit Racing here tonight at Kern Raceway. Kane with 2 lap cars between himself and his hired driver, Brad Sweet. Sweet cannot get by Danny Sams. Kane goes high. Brett Marks to the inside down the backstretch. He'll take the 2nd spot back away. Brad Sweet puts the move on Danny Sams, but Sams going to fight back to the inside in turn 1. Not letting Brad Sweet go by easily. And Danny Sams unlaps himself down the backstretch. Danny Sams unlaps himself with Brad Sweet. Kane back to 2nd now. Brad Sweet now makes the pass on Sams. Still 2 lap cars between your 1st and 2nd place machines. Closing in on the halfway point of this race here at Bakersfield Speedway, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Brad Sweet has found a liking to the top side of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Looks to the outside of Austin McCarl in turn 1. The top is good in 3 and 4, but not good, or make that in 1 and 2. Or top in 3 and 4 is good, not in 1 and 2 though. And Brad Sweet is starting to figure that out as they are side by side ahead of him. Brenham Crouch, Shane Golovic. They figure it out down the backstretch. That's exactly what Sweet wants to see. Most cars have migrated around the inside of the speedway. As Sweet is going to take another lap car and put it behind him. That's the number 5 of Brenham Crouch. Casey Kane, Brett Marks, DJ Neto, and Tanner Holmes, the top 5. Justin Peck on the back bumper of Tanner Holmes for that P5 position as they roll through 3 and 4. Peck washes up the racetrack and gives up some ground to the 21 car. DJ Neto looking for a podium run here tonight as he's working on Brett Marks. Marks in the white and red number 19 car on your screen. Oh, Justin Sanders goes around in turn number 2. And the caution is going to come out. The 2X just did a 360, kept going, but the yellow comes out for the MitchReconstruction.com number 2X. Here is a Comp Cams replay. We'll see what happened to Justin Sanders right in front of Brad Sweet. Incredible avoidance right there to miss him and maintain the race lead. Very, very close call in lap traffic for Brad Sweet there to maintain the top spot. Yellow's out with 16 laps complete, Tony.
Chase, you made such a great point when we went right before that full restart after the major accident over in turn number 2 off the initial start with so many fast cars, some that were starting inside the top 15, mired all the way to the back of the pack. Brad Sweet was going to catch them quickly because they were at the back side of the pack, but dealing with those fast cars, trying to put them a lap down, that's such a great point to bring up. It's a major wrinkle. But Brad Sweet is just showing us why he has won so many back-to-back-to-back National Touring 410 Wing Sprint Car Championships, because whether it's the guys that are starting up inside the top 15 or top 12, or the drivers you more often see in the back of the pack, Brad Sweet mowing through them. Brett Marks and Casey Kane, though, now have a huge gift right in front of them as they'll line right up behind the number 49's tail tank.
How about Tyler Courtney right now, Tony? He is from 22nd on the grid to 9th in the 7BC. A couple of games being played there at the Frozen Farmer Pick Pint. A couple guys going to the bottom one after another. But Tyler Courtney's fighting his way forward right now, Tony.
Caleb Montgomery on the outside of what is that going to be, row number 3 alongside your Durst dice rolling driver. Caleb Montgomery off of a 13th place at his first ever trip to a half mile. What can't he do?
And a top 10 the other night at Tulare. It's been a really, really good week, or last week or so, for Caleb Montgomery. Tonight, his birthday. Looking for a top 5 as we go back to green with 14 laps to go. DJ Neto gets by Brent Marks on the restart. Move DJ Neto into the podium position. Neto now looking to work on the number 9 car of Casey Kane. Marks peeks back to the inside. Tanner Holmes around the outside. Gets by Brent Marks to the inside of DJ Neto. They're 3 wide across the line. Tanner Holmes, big move right there, was almost into the 3rd spot. Brent Marks takes it back away off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Brent Marks in 3rd. Tanner Holmes working the Tarleton Racing number 21 on the outside. They go side by side across the line. Tanner Holmes has the 3rd spot at the start-finish line. Brent Marks slides back in front of him. You cannot run the top in 1 and 2. Both lanes appear to be pretty good in 3 and 4. Casey Kane, a mistake off the corner in his pursuit of Brad Sweet. 1.6 seconds was the difference between the 49 and the 9. Tyler Courtney gets by Justin Peck down the backstretch. Tyler Courtney's out in the 6th position. Tyler Courtney now looking at DJ Neto for a top 5. He's got the top side rolling right now. Tyler Courtney found something off of turn number 2. Now going after DJ Neto for the 5th position. Off the corner. We got one red flag out red. We got one upside down back straightaway. Looks like Spencer Baston from here. The wing is off the car. Red flag all stop. The red flag is out for Spencer Baston in the Jason Myers Racing number 14. On the back straightaway, was running in the 9th position at the time. Was up from 18th to 9th. And you can see Spencer Baston is popping out of the top of that race car right now on the backstretch, talking with the safety officials. Takes the helmet off. Does appear to be communicating with the the safety officials down there on the back straightaway. That car looks like it has definitely seen some better days right now. And that is just an unfortunate start to this season for Spencer Baston. As you see him hop off the top of the race car and assess the damage on the Sander Engineering number 14. That red flag comes out with 9 laps to go here in this main event. Brad Sweet, Casey Kane, Brent Marks, Tanner Holmes, and DJ Neto are the top 5. And it sounds like Tony's standing by now with Spencer Baston.
Spencer Baston, what a wild scene here at the entry to the back straightaway. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just bummed. Something broke. Was working on it there under caution, and it kind of felt a little sporty. You know, we inherited a couple spots early, but we were racing our way through there after penalizing ourselves and qualifying with some poor laps. But felt like our Sander 14 car was starting to kind of come together a little bit. And I don't know, I didn't have much time to even think of what happened there. I just got off of 4 and it just hung a right. My hands were left and it hung a right. So not sure what happened. We had a steering box break the other night, but the boys did an awesome job getting this piece back together and come back here tonight. But luck's not on our side right now. Can't let it get us discouraged. This 14 car's got some speed, but we just got to get over this hump.
Spencer, we're glad you're okay. Take a look as they bring the tow hook in here, guys. I mean, his race car's facing the wrong way here, just off the, well, really not just off the exit turn number 4. It made quite a ways before it stopped, and then they're already moving that top wing, but it's every bit of 10 or 12 feet behind his race car. So whatever broke on this Sander Engineering number 14 for Spencer Baston, the new partnership, Jason Myers Racing, and the young driver out of Indiana, whatever broke, it broke in a major way, and it is a true relief to see Spencer get up and walk away from that race car.
And have such a positive attitude, even though things have just literally, anything to go wrong this year has gone wrong for Spencer Bayston so far. We've got a Comp Cams replay ready for you, for everybody watching home on Flow. It's going to be from our drone shot. Backstretch is on the top of your screen. So he's coming off of turn 2 right now, and wow, oh my. Yeah, that thing just went dead right into the wall. You'll see it again here. Top side of your screen, look at that red shade of the wall there. You'll see Spencer go right into it. Man, a extremely hard hit to the right side of the car. And as Spencer mentioned, nothing has gone wrong for these guys so far in 2024, or make that 2025, with Kubota High-Limit Racing. Looking at his finishes this year, 22nd at Tulare, along with a 18th place finish at Vegas. But they've shown speed. I'm pretty sure at Vegas he was in the top 10, had something go wrong, a crash, or had some kind of failure, and then tonight again in the top 10. And clearly something on the car just broke and sent him straight into the outside wall. So when we go back to green, there will be 8 laps to go. It'll be a single file restart. And Brad Sweet, obviously with the race lead, he had a 2.4 second lead over Casey Kane. And now that will be reduced to nothing. Brent Marks is going to restart 3rd. 4th will be Tanner Holmes. 5th will be DJ Netto. And race fans, how about 22nd to 6th right now for the 7BC of Tyler Courtney? Had him up here earlier on during FanFest. 7th is Tim Kading. 8th is Justin Peck. 9th will now be Tanner Thorson. And 10th will be the number 3 of Caleb Montgomery. And there is Sunshine right there. Was extremely upset with the qualifying effort earlier on this afternoon. Had to start last in the heat race, drove it up to 6th, and then transferred out of tonight's B main. Made his way nicely up into P6. And Tony, that's what I was talking with him earlier during FanFest. He's won the All-Star Championship before, so he knows that in these situations where you get off to a rough start at the beginning of the night, you've got to try and salvage everything the best you can, and he is doing exactly that right now.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, Chase, as cars get fired back to life here following the cleanup for Spencer Bayston. That's going to be my theme this year. I think that's going to be everyone's theme. People are going to get sick of hearing me talk about it, but everything just feels way more amped up with the announcement of those franchises that we talked about back in Las Vegas. Points racing carries a whole new meaning now with the money that Kubota High Limit Racing is ensuring that their top teams will see if they have perfect attendance and run well over the next couple of years. So points mean more than ever here in 2025 with High Limit Racing. And this is a long championship, originally scheduled at 60 races. We crisscross the country. Heck, we go out here to the West Coast, not just here in the spring, but we'll return for the traditional trip at the end of the summer, heading into the fall, before going back to Pennsylvania. Kubota High Limit Racing is going to test these drivers and teams every single night all year long, and points will come at a premium every single race. That's going to be the theme of the year, and Tyler Courtney, Jake Argo, and that 7BC team are doing exactly what they have to do, which is make the absolute most of every points earning opportunity that they can. Tonight, they're doing a phenomenal job at it.
They certainly are, and man, the West Coast swing for last year and this year for Tyler Courtney has been up and down. Got that win at King Speedway last year, and then I think crashed every single night at Skagit in 2024. And now a bad qualifying effort this evening, trying to rebound with a 6th place run. He was 9th at Tulare on Wednesday night, started the season off with a 4th in Vegas.
Well, and Chase, think about it too, right? Tyler Courtney, born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. He now lives in Iowa. But his crew chief, Jake Argo, on that 7BC Clausen Marshall entry, Jake hails from the Los Angeles area in Southern California. You know he has to have competed here at Bakersfield a time or two, and he just feels good because he's back, he's closer to home. No doubt Jake Argo is making great decisions right now, allowing Tyler Courtney to make the most of every lap they have out on track.
Certainly that is the case. As you see that cone on the front stretch, race fans, the drivers cannot pass before that cone. They cannot hit that cone, and they cannot go below that cone. If they do any of those infractions, they will be penalized. So keep an eye on that cone, as it is a single file restart coming up. Sweet, Kane, Marks, Holmes, and Neto will be the top 5 on this upcoming restart. With 8 laps to go, we're back underway. Brad Sweet, nice and smooth around the bottom, pulls away from Casey Kane. Tyler Courtney working the outside like we saw him doing that last run in turn number 2. He was making it work as Tanner Holmes steps up to the high scary sign as well in turn number 4. Holmes in pursuit of the 19 of Brent Marks. Here comes Tyler Courtney once again trying to get some drive and some grip off the corner. Closing in on DJ Neto for P5. Neto and Holmes around the bottom, leaving the top open for Tyler Courtney. Tries to look to the inside, now goes to the outside, down into turn number 1. Neto sideways, picks up the front wheels. That's going to allow Tyler Courtney with a run to the outside. Pulls up to the right rear. Once again, Neto with another mistake, but is able to fend off the challenge. Tim Kading right behind them along with Tanner Thorson. Dominic Scelzi, after winning the B main, has just gotten by Justin Peck, and Scelzi's into the top 10. 4 laps to go for Brad Sweet up front. Might encounter traffic at the very end, but his lead is growing to 1.8 seconds over Casey Kane. Couple drivers battling side by side farther back in the field just outside the top 10. Caleb Montgomery, Aaron Reitzel along with Ryan Brunell. Brad Sweet this time by, 2 laps to go. Tim Kading and Tanner Thorson fighting for what would be the 7th position on racetrack right now. Kading left front up on the inside berm. Tanner Thorson zinging it around the outside. Here comes Brad Sweet to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Brad Sweet has led them all so far. Down the backstretch, needs to lead 1 more, and he will have his first win of 2025 with Kubota Highland Racing. And it happens here tonight at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. 2nd goes to Casey Kane, 3rd to Brent Marks, 4th goes to Tanner Holmes, and 5th goes to DJ Neto. So Brad Sweet gets his first win of 2025 in car number 49. Casey Kane, his car owner, finishes up in 2nd, his best ever finish with Kubota Highland Racing. 3rd goes to Brent Marks, 4th goes to Tanner Holmes. That's 2 top 5s in a row for him. 5th goes to the 88N of DJ Neto, 6th and 7 BC of Tyler Courtney. 7th goes to Tim Kading, 8th goes to Tanner Thorson, 9th goes to Dominic Scelzi, and 10th will be Justin Peck. Caleb Montgomery, 11th. 12th goes to Aaron Reitzel. 13th, Ryan Brunell. 14th, Chase Randall. 15th goes Justin Sanders. Then Dominic Gordon, Shane Golovic, Rico Abreu, Brennan Crouch, Austin McCarl, Spencer Basin, Robbie Price, Danny Sams, Cy Lynch, and Dason Persley. The Rod and Supply Hard Charger tonight will go to Tyler Courtney, 22nd to 6th place. The Jake's Golf Cart's fastest lap of the race is Brad Sweet, a 13.080. And the Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Race here tonight is going to go. We got to scroll down a little ways. They were all involved in some kind of incident. Looks like it's going to go to Chase Randall, who ends up in 14th position. Randall 14th. Yeah, Danny Sam, Cy Lynch, and Dason Persley 23rd through 25th. Brad Sweet, your winner, making his way towards Whiskey Myers victory lane for the first time in 2024.
Brad Sweet, well, what? 3 nights it took you to get back into victory lane here with Whiskey Myers in 2025. 10 victories in 2024, no doubt first of many here. That was a tricky racetrack to learn for the first time back after the reconfiguration. What was the biggest challenge you guys faced tonight?
I think just, there's a little bit of slick and there's a little bit of chop, and then just kind of, there was just too much grip on the bottom for the rest of the racetrack. It kind of just kept it dirty in 1 and 2. So just kind of fighting through lap traffic and honestly avoiding some of the spinning lap cars and stuff. That was tricky, but overall we just put together a really good night. Car was really good. We got faster. Seemed like all through the night, and the A main, honestly, were just really good. I think we, probably could have started anywhere in the first, 3 or 4 rows and really had something for them. So, just hats off to the guys. It's really nice to get the first one out of the way. We've been solid all year. We started good at Volusia, and then Vegas we were good in A. Worked our way up, and then treacherous Tulare, we were close. So just nice to kind of finally get over that hurdle, get the first one. We got big lofty goals for this team this year, and we're off to a good start. So just appreciate the fans for coming out, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Big lofty goals for not just the 49, but your team owner and teammate Casey Kane, the owner of Casey Kane Racing. A second place finish for him, the first win of the year for you guys. Ty Wolfgang calling the shots with you here in 2025. What's it been like working with Ty?
Yeah, real quick before I forget, hi to my wife and daughter, Savannah, at home. She got sick, so she couldn't come on this trip, but it would have been nice to celebrate. But Ty Wolfgang, really happy for him to get his first win. Zane and Rob Beatty, we got a really fun team here. Really fun to have Rob back, and Ty deserves, to get these wins with all the hard work, and Zane as well. So Casey Kane Racing 1-2, that's really cool for the boss man. He's been getting better and better, and he was good at Tulare the other night, and really cool to have us run 1-2 tonight. I didn't even think about that, but that's really neat, and happy for him for sure.
As a high roller, when you score a win in 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing, our angel donor has returned to this season, sending $1,000 of their money to any charity of each high roller's choice when they win. You've won here tonight. Where's that $1,000 going?
Yeah, we're going to keep it going to Shriners Hospital, and really appreciate the angel donor, and obviously want to donate a ton of money to the Shriners this year, so hopefully we can win lots, and encourage anybody, any fan out there that feels the need to contribute to any one of these charities. It's puts things into perspective. We're just out here racing for fun, but there's a lot of bigger things going on in the world, so it's really fun to use this platform to give back to those things.
Now, before you're done, we've got the Chasm Win sticker for you, your first one of 2025. Chasm Safety Products. That sticker's going to go on the tail tank for Brad Sweet. He comes from the pole position to win for the first time in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is Brad Sweet! Brad Sweet will apply the Chasm Safety Products Win sticker. They're the world's first and only patented compression-absorbing safety system. Zane, Rob, and Ty celebrate with their driver, Brad Sweet, in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Brad Sweet won a 410 wing sprint car race. Big deal. Everyone's heard of that before. Casey Kane right behind your driver in second place. Back-to-back races, you've made the dash. You start on the front row. You kept it there. What was tonight like?
It was a good night. It was a solid night. Andrew and Tate doing a really nice job. And the thing, we're trying to enjoy it, have fun, but you also have to perform to enjoy it and have fun out here and on this national tour. High Limit Series is great. And, so the last couple nights, I feel like we've definitely been more competitive. Tonight we were there. I was a little bit, loose in the main event in the dash, but we were close. And I could see the 49 a lot of the race. So that's a good sign for sure to see them win. And we kept it on the podium. Definitely need to thank everyone at Kane Screen Print, Mike Curb Records, Brumos Collection, Matt Mann Designs, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers. We just have a lot of great supporters. Durst, Factory King, Capetta Engines. Just a full team effort tonight. And me and Amy and Anna we're having fun. We're in a rental car, just cruising behind the truck and trailer, enjoying it.
Just doing the sprint car dream. Hey, Ty Wolfgang told me earlier that this year, with the way things have changed, there's no real defined roles at Casey Kane Racing, at least over here on this car. Tate Williamson, Andrew Bowman. It seems like more of a team effort in cooperation, I think that's a word, with the 49. Just talk about what it's like each afternoon you guys show up to the racetrack and work as a team.
Absolutely. We've, that's how it was during the off season. The guys have, and we've kept that going as the season started. So, yeah, the 49 guys are great. Brad's awesome, and we just always get a little bit from Brad here and there on driving, a little bit from Ty and their group on the things they're doing with the cars, and then what we do when it works well, we write it down, and when it doesn't, we write that down and try not to do it again. So yeah, we're just trying to keep up.
From a 13th place at Tulare, his best career finish ever with a National 410 Touring Wing Sprint Car Series, that is Casey Kane in the second position. Great job by the 9 team here. And a heck of a rebound from Wednesday night for this driver as well. 16th place on Wednesday to standing on the podium with a 3rd place finish. Brent Marks, it's great to have you back here on the top 3 steps. Tonight seemed like 2 very different ends of the racetrack and where you could go. What was it like from your cockpit?
Yeah, it was tough. Just, another night of bouncing around. It's just, just trying to get through the holes and get our balance in our car right. It's just been tough for us here the last several races. So my guys have been working so hard and been busting their butts and trying to give me the best car that they can give me, and they're doing a great job. And we just we don't really have a whole lot of success out here on the West Coast, so to have a podium finish tonight feels really good, and hopefully a step in the right direction. But we still have a lot of work to do, but we just need to build consistency back in our race team again, and then the wins will come. But, that's my main concern right now, is just to get consistent, get up here on the podium, and just be in contention to win these races every night. And, we did that tonight, and got the second at one point, but I gave it away, just kind of got through the hole down there off of 4 a little bit too hard and washed up and allowed Casey to get back underneath me. So I just wasn't able to rebound and get that back. So all in all, like I said, I'm just really proud of Heath, Jared, and Fudd, and they do a great job for me. And I'm just trying to do the best I can right now to get us through this West Coast swing, and hopefully we get to some better racetracks for us. But we still, if we want to contend for a championship and be a championship contender, we have to get better at these tracks, and that's what we're working towards. And they're doing a good job. They're doing a great job. So we just have to find that missing piece yet, and I think we're on the right track, so we'll just see, get some more races under our belt.
Well, considering the West Coast swing you guys had back here in 2024, I think the whole team is definitely headed in the right direction. That is Brent Marks in the McGrewBid.com, number 19, finishing in the 3rd position. Casey Kane coming home in 2nd. I mean, how can you not love that? Everyone is smiles down here with Casey Kane Racing as the boss finishes in 2nd, and Brad Sweet starts off his title defense and his search for his 7th straight National 410 Touring title with a win here on night number 3. Bakersfield Speedway, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, did not disappoint. I was a major fan of this racetrack and the 2 different ends that it presented drivers and teams. The lap 1 incident, not ideal, but I think you're going to see close, tight racing from the start to the finish, just like that, all season long with Kubota High Limit Racing. Brad Sweet, Casey Kane, and Brent Marks, great to talk to those 3 down here.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, great job down there. And nice job to Brad Sweet on the victory. We'll see how he did it here with this race recap. It started off a little hairy as Dason Perza gets up on the bike right there, clips the left rear beadlock on the number 9 car of Chase Randall, and he goes around, collects Cy Lynch, Rico Avery, Austin McCarl, Shane Golovic, Danny Sams, and several others. Brent Marks would run in 2nd for a little while here in this race. Him and Casey Kane had a very, very good battle. And there's Brad Sweet putting a lap down on who came into this race 2nd in the point standings, Rico Avery. That car was not the same after that crash. Brad Sweet, brake rotor glowing orange on that car, and just happened to barely miss Justin Sanders. Nice dodge right there as well by Brenham Crouch. Then that big wreck with Spencer Baston up top of your screen there, just clobbers the fence and tears up the Jason Myers Racing number 14. After that, it was just all Brad Sweet all the time, as he kept that car glued to the bottom for a majority of this race. With the exception of being in traffic, he'd go to the top, and there you have it. Win number 1 of the year. It's Corey Day, Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, your first 3 winners of 2025. And now race fans starting to make their way out.